Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
Ching, 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 ching.
That's
Ching,
amazing.
ching, ching.
Does Santa Claus just fall off towards us at the end
Just
there?
falls into oblivion.
Just tumbles.
I.e. us. We are oblivion.
Yes.
We are oblivious, it is
Yes.
often said.
That has been said many times, many ways. Jeremy. Welcome in, everybody. This is the 109th episode of Don't Get Me Started. I'm Alex, that's Jez.
Hello.
It just came up on the thing and has gone away like so much snow. It's getting warmer.
It's getting warmer in here.
You must be happy.
218? Wait, what?
Maybe he gave us some extra bits because it's Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's double it.
He's doubled it for... Yeah. He's given 109 for me and 109 for you.
That makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah. Double biddies for Christmas.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Will, very much appreciated. Welcome in, literally everybody, to this episode, this Christmassy episode of Don't Get Me Started. I don't know that it's particularly anything necessarily Christmassy, except that it's the 20th of December and again, really fucking close to Christmas.
That's it, yeah. It is our last episode before it is actually Christmas. Therefore, Christmas episode. That's how it works, right?
It is. That is true. Is that the only shirt Alex owns? It's the quickest one to iron. It really is so easy to iron, and I really love it. And I like the way it looks when we do our TikTok kind of stuff. So that's the reason.
The lines are very clean on it. Like, you don't get any kind of fade or diffusion between the lines. It's just that is the shirt.
So, like, once if it ain't broke, it's so fast. And also fuck off. No, but like also the pink ones I wear are a bit more of a pain in the arse to iron.
Yeah, and also like that. You have that one shirt that's kind of the really thin pinstripey lines.
Yes, yeah.
But they wouldn't know that. They would just think it's a pink shirt. But it's actually red and it's very thin lines. And it just comes out pink. Even when you're closer to the camera next door, it just comes out pink.
It does come out pink.
Yeah.
And that is true, Harmstein. It does help with continuity. If ever Tom wanted my reaction, I should just get me saying just a load of stuff.
There and just be like...
I should be... Oh my God! This is fucking amazing. I should get a load of things like that. It's like, oh my God. So, Jeremy, do you think the op is the arsehole?
Absolutely.
Do you think the op is not the arsehole?
Absolutely.
Do you think everyone sucks here, Jeremy?
No.
You just put all these things in. It won't matter.
Just be like, and that is why we think that everybody sucks here. Not that it worked. Apparently.
No.
This is being an arsehole today.
It is. What's going on? It wouldn't let you start the stream, Jeremy.
No.
It's being a bit it's being a bit of an arsehole itself.
Yeah. Let's try the arsehole one.
Shit. Nothing's working.
No stamps today.
Nothing's happening. Well, welcome in, everybody. So much is going to happen tonight. We're going to discuss what's been happening in your Christmassy world. We've got brilliant Am I the Arseholes and Tifus. Play a little game later on. And maybe we'll have some controversial opinions along the way. And if you should so wish to... There we are.
Apparently I just need to refresh the thing every time.
OBS?
No.
Well, it's not. It's Streamer.
Streamerbot.
Streamerbot,
yeah.
get in the sea.
Need to refresh it every time it's being a knob, apparently.
What's an iron? Yeah, I'm sort of obsessed with irons. I don't know how people live without irons.
Isn't it one of those tablets that you eat for like
to give you
good nutrients and stuff?
That's true.
So that you can eventually become a superhero with some kind of glowy thing in your
Is
chest.
that how he got there?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Too many iron tablets.
Too many iron tablets, and eventually, that's how he became.
I am Iron Man. Ate too many tablets and I'm a man.
That is true. That's first drafts. So I forgot what I was going to say, but yes, I just remembered. We put on some. It's so Christmassy here, everybody. We put on some mulled wine.
Festive.
And I was remembering it just as I was about to go and get it, and then I heard the merry sound of Aletha rushing towards it. So, yeah. We would make Margaret do it, but...
as always, slacks on Tuesdays.
Yeah, she does. I mean, I don't want to say that she... I would never suggest to the wider world that she's a slacker. You're a slacker, Margaret. Your father was a slacker. But because she can do untold amounts of damage with the information she knows. But she isn't here.
No.
She isn't here.
As usual.
She's handed out mulled wine to the homeless. And I said that was a bad idea because a lot of the homeless are alcoholics. And she told me to shut the fuck up. So...
Seems reasonable.
Yeah. But she's missing out because we've got so much here. And that'll be coming our way very soon.
She'll catch the VOD.
She will.
Or the podcast version, as you can do if you have something else to do.
Yes.
Why would you, frankly? But just in case, youtube.com/@DGMS live.
She's an aerial Zumba. Have you ever done Zumba?
I have not.
Do you even know? I mean,
I
don't want to call you out, but
I thought Zumba was that game with the little balls that you play, and you've got to get 3 in a row, and they disappear, and you've got to do it before the chain of balls goes down the hole.
I don't know what that game is. Maybe it's a game we could play at Christmas.
It's Zuma, without.
What? I don't even know what Zuma is. I don't know what this game is at all. Zuma.
It's a good game.
Really? It sounds like you were describing Candy Crush.
It's a very kind of similarly Candy Crushy kind of waste your life kind of game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've got too much time on your hands and you want to just go...
Do you know what, Jeremy? As you're relentlessly prodding your phone, I was thinking of wasting my life by going back to playing World of Warcraft again.
That's very much the same kind of thing, except it's the more like that.
Yeah.
And a bit more neckbeardy in it.
It is a bit like that. I tried to sit up straight though. Oh, this is amazing.
Mulled wine delivered.
In the mulled wine in the.
We're going down here because I had a little accident.
He did. Just before we went live, Jeremy had an accident and
I wetted
and smashed it everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, that's a good place to think. Thank you very much. Hi, Aletha, says Harmstone.
I made it the
said,
sofa
go fuck yourself.
all wetted, unfortunately.
Right. Look at this. It's Christmas, Jeremy. Is all your Christmas stuff ready?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
I haven't bought a single present.
This is not ideal, but I will work with it.
I haven't bought a single present, not for anyone. It's not like I'm a Scrooge and I don't believe in Christmas, but I managed to get over the line the fact that my family doesn't want to buy Christmas presents and I don't have to buy them back. So that's amazing. So far, I have given myself the gift of not buying any Christmas presents, and they have received that gift.
No, well, I regret to inform you that I have got you a gift, but I accept no reciprocation.
I know, I'll buy you something now. But you're very easy to buy for, I think.
I think so too. Tell my wife that.
Keris.
Like, you're hard to buy for, blah, blah, blah.
You're very easy to buy for.
I am. Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Perhaps you should give her ideas or something. Although, in that same kind of vein, we have decided to not really bother with gifts terribly this year. No. Cost of living crisis and all that.
People say that.
They do say that. It fucks me off. Hate that phrase so much.
Cost of living crisis.
That's the one, yeah. Just makes my soul die a little bit inside every time I hear that word or phrase.
What was I going to say? Oh, shit. I was about to say something that's gone from my brain. All my gift shopping is done. Just need to brave the supermarket on Christmas Eve for food.
That is to be done as well, yeah. The Christmas food shop. I'm not going to go on Christmas Eve, though, because I'm not a fucking idiot. Quite frankly.
I received a present in the post, and it was so wonderful, but I don't know who sent it to me. So It might be somebody there, but it's not one of my family, because they would have said something. And it's a really nice coffee tamper to tamp down the coffee in your portafilter. So, when you put the coffee into the little thing that goes in, you tamp it down with a little thing. And the thing they give it to you when you buy the Sage Bambino, the thing they give it to you is like a plastic one, a very basic one, which works fine. It's really nice. But through the post the other day, I received a wooden handled.
Don't steal my joke, Aletha. I was waiting for him to shut up so I could say it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll tee you up for it. Yeah, so it's a beautiful, really heavy, solid, wooden-handled metal tamper.
And that's another first down for coffee tamper.
Bay! So I don't know. So if one of you sent that to me, because I didn't buy it, and either Aletha is just like withholding that information, my parents didn't buy it, my brothers didn't buy it, so who the fuck bought it for me?
Sounds like a Duncan thing, actually.
Oh.
And Duncan historically has not put his name on things when you've had them delivered. He'll just buy it on Amazon and have it come straight to you. So I think my vote would be on Duncan.
If any of you want to claim responsibility for buying me a beautiful tamper, then I'll say thank you. Bay!
And you will say thank you and probably not pursue the matter any further, and you'll get all the credit.
That's a first down. First downs, if I can be napped for a little bit just before we head into this segment. But there's not been a lot of first downs for Tampa Bay.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be the New England Patriots and how they ended their game on Sunday night.
I don't want to get I do, but I don't want to get started on American football. But, oh my fucking God, that was the most incredible finish to a game. And I was just like, I was watching the game. I was watching Patriots Raiders. And it was 24-24, whatever it was. And they were like, look,
That was the score.
You're just going to go to overtime as long as you don't fuck it up. Just fall on the ball.
All you have to do is literally nothing.
Nothing. Don't do anything.
Just stand there and you will be fine and you will go to overtime.
And what did they do? They thought, I could probably do a little bit of a lateral to keep this thing going. And then the next guy thought, we're doing laterals. I think I'll throw it to the opposition. The opposition runs it back. The opposition scores a touchdown in the last 2 seconds. Scores.
Game over.
Oh my God. And the commentator said, oh no. And it was an amazing, oh no.
No. That's pretty much what I said when I watched it on mute the next, just in bed, right, what happened? And oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oops.
All I want for Christmas is my Charmander. Yeah, I should really send that.
When was that? September?
So long ago.
August?
So long ago.
Oops. Yeah.
Listen, it's free, right? She'll get it when she gets it.
It's true. You shouldn't really whinge about free.
No, I mean, it's on me. I should have done that. But there's lots and lots of fun things that have been happening. Well, not even fun things, but necessary things. But she'll get it. You'll get it. You're going to get it.
You'll take this Charmander and you'll fucking like it.
I might have broken it a little bit, but don't worry, it's fine. It's totally fine. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Moving on. Listen. Do you want to go into the first segment?
I do. It may be a bit of a delay. I'll just refresh it in advance, just in case.
Give it to me. It's skullduggery. That it might be that long. That's like May.
Yeah, sounds reasonable. Right, well, let's try and hit a button and get things started on the segment we like to call This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
Well, it is happening. It's all happening. It gets to this point where I'm really enjoying Christmas, Jeremy, because it hasn't happened yet. But once it gets to the other side of Christmas, suddenly everyone has to go back to work and do terrible shit things.
I had a kind of realization on the drive over here. I'm like, oh man, it's nearly Christmas, and I haven't watched nearly enough Christmas movies yet. And I can't do so after Christmas.
No.
So I've really got to get the fuck on that.
There should be a term for this kind of pre-Christmas time. This week, we're in the 20th now, so from so 19th to whatever, the 24th or whatever. That period of time is got to be the most Christmassy. It feels even more Christmassy than Christmas Day.
Yes,
because
Christmas is all about the build-up, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's fertile Christmas ground, is what I think. So you're right. We should immediately watch loads and loads and loads of stuff.
Yeah. Are there any Christmas films that you have not seen that you would like to get watched this Christmas?
Well, I know you said don't watch it, but I have never watched It's a Wonderful Life. And every year me and Duncan say, have you watched it yet? And he says no. And I go, okay, well, we should then. And then we don't. Yeah. And then the other day I was looking on one of the many subscription services and it was there. And I was like, perhaps we should watch it. But I took a look at the scene of it and I'm like, I don't think I've got it in me.
It is a slog. It is a slog. I mean, if you're feeling particularly happy and you would like to change that, then by all means watch A Wonderful Life. And there are parts of it that are nice, but yeah.
I would like to watch. I mean, what I tend to do is I go on Netflix and watch whatever they've released for this year. And I think last year I watched The Christmas Switch, and I think I watched The Christmas Switch Part 2.
You did, because
So
I interrupted you doing so when I came round for, I believe it was one of the last DGMS of the year.
So I think I might try and watch The Christmas Switch Part 3, or whatever. You know, there's one on at the moment.
Haven't they got an Alexa to do it yet? Like,
I
they don't need switches anymore. It's 2022.
I know.
Like, Alexa, turn off the lights.
Good luck with that. That's what I've got Margaret for.
I'm just hoping that one of them have got one, and now they're sitting in darkness.
I saw an advert on Netflix for something called Your Christmas or Mine, and it's about these.
Oh yeah, that did look terrible. Please tell me how terrible it is.
I have not watched it, but the premise, as I understand it, is they both aren't going to see each other, and then suddenly they both decide, this couple, they're going to see each other, so they both get on different trains to see each other, end up spending Christmas with each other's family. And I'm like, this sounds pretty fucking terrible, frankly. We watched a terrible Christmas thing where a family comes together for Christmas and it's all drama.
It's like reading itis. That's what happens.
It is. It's always Christmas drama. I don't know how, but I've managed to always. I've never had Christmas drama. I've never, in my family, there's never been an uncle gets pissed and knocks over the Christmas tree and it falls on the dog and the dog kind of eats the turkey and all that sort of.
No, I can't say I ever have.
I've never experienced this kind of like, well, we have to get together, but we're going to have a shit time, but we're going to fucking get, and I will watch the Queen's speech and all that bullshit. That's never happened. I don't even understand what that is. So, yes. Have you got any Christmas films that you desperately want to see?
I'm going to watch The Polar Express.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I feel like this is the year to watch The Polar Express. And I think I'm also going to give the more recent release of A Christmas Carol a go. I think is it Jim Carrey that did it more recently?
Oh,
last couple of years?
yeah.
I haven't watched that one yet, so yeah. You're such a dick, Jez. Nieces were plunged into darkness upstairs.
It worked!
Not funny. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny.
Klaus is good. Watch The Family Stone. Listen, I watched The Family Stone and I think that it is shit. I'm sorry. Because obviously you've suggested it. Like, watch The Family
Which would suggest that he thinks it's good.
That you think it's good. But I thought it... I was like, what the fuck is this film? Oh, so terrible. I was trying to watch loads last year and I just couldn't. One, I think there's one called Let It Snow. I can't remember exactly. It's kind of very indie, college kids, and I think they've all got little things they've got to do. One of them wants to get with some guy, one of them wants to get with some girl. A few of them work in a diner, and they don't know how they're going to do their Christmas party, and they all come together in the end. And it's kind of lots of stories interwoven, but I really enjoyed it. And it was like one of these, oh, this will be shit, let's put this on. And I thought, oh, actually, this is pretty good. So, but I do still think everyone should watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. And I do think everyone should watch In Bruges, because that's a Christmas film. He says, tenuously.
That's a bit of a diehard, that one. Did you see Klaus, asks Aletha? I think I did, and I don't think I enjoyed it. I think I watched it last year and did not enjoy it. I think Karis really enjoyed it.
The one where he is a postman and he's been packed off to this remote island.
Yeah.
To be a postman there.
Yeah.
Did
I enjoy it?
If you can send a certain amount of letters, then we'll take you back from this terrible arse end of nowhere assignment. But nobody ever wants to send anything because they're all in a massive
and there's that
war.
There's that weird villain group that are coming to try and fuck shit up. And then, yeah. No, I don't think I enjoyed it. I don't think I was a fan, to be honest.
I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Did you spill coffee on your Angela cushion? No, it's sitting in the other room. It's not here.
It's nestled safely under our tree.
It's actually taken the place of
the DGMS.
Actually hasn't done that. It's sitting where Toriel was, the carpety Toriel.
The carpety Toriel.
You know, the one that's like the hanging Toriel that
Yes.
Jaeger got me.
The tapestry type thing.
I took that down and put Angela up. So Angela cushion is below Angela picture. But because you won't have seen this because I was sitting too far over last week when Duncan was round, so it wasn't really very good. But yes, it's that we'll probably have a little bit of a shift around. But I decided I want to take that thing down as kind of gift as it was from Jaeger. I don't really think it represents me.
Not
really.
anymore. No.
So I wanted to any opportunity to get rid of it, basically, which sounds much worse than it was meant to. But like, so thanks for giving me something. It's in the other room.
It's just not on your display anymore.
No,
Because things transition, things change.
Yeah, the only the Toriel mask in many respects could go, but it's kind of too.
It's got a massive footprint on it, so you can't.
It's got shitloads of stuff on it.
It's got to stay. Yeah.
Shall we go through these wonderful?
We probably should. Yeah. Right. Start
at the very beginning.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I need to work out what was last week and what was this week. I think that is the one. Nap, says Harmstone. Royal Mail taking forever to deliver things.
Is this because there's a strike, or are they just more stuff, or what the fuck is going on?
It's because there have been strikes, and therefore they have artificially created a backlog for themselves.
I see.
But yeah, as someone who sends things all the time, obviously as part of my business, I send exclusively by tracked 48. And let me tell you, 48 is not the number of hours that it has been taken for things to get to people.
Yes.
The best I've had is a week for their tracked 48 service. And Harmstone sent me a Christmas card.
Oh, right.
Apparently he sent it on, what did he say, the 8th, did you say? You said words, I can't remember. It arrived today, and it took a long time.
Tracked 48 became tracked 120. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I haven't really sent anything. And I was thinking of sending out, last year I did some Christmas cards. I'm not really very good at Christmas cards, but it all kind of came together last year, and I don't think I'm not going to manage that one this year, not with everything
Too late
here.
now.
So,
Yeah.
And I didn't have the time to do it before, so maybe I'll do something online, but I don't doubt I'll even do that.
I'm not very good at Christmas cards because it involves doing things in advance of a day, and I'm not very good at that in general. So if you're out there expecting a Christmas card, just assume you got one, and just go, oh, isn't that nice? A card from Jez, and then move on with your life.
Christmas cards are dying out. Do you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Christmas cards died out about 25 years ago for me, because like I remember just everyone was doing them, and I was like, no, this just. I remember buying a whole box of them and trying to give them out, and there's always about 10 at the bottom of like I don't know, say you got 40 to give out or whatever, and there's always like 10 that you never get sent out, and then they're just still sitting in the box kicking around. I'm like, oh, I never did give that to whoever, So I just don't think. Last year it made sense because I really felt like it was a full stop at the end of the year, and it was really nice. And I had the picture that Brogan
You had all,
made.
yeah, that's it. You had all in
It all came
general. You had
together.
all the stuff, didn't you? So,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, we had Hannah write Christmas cards to her class. That was fun. That was fun, largely because I wasn't the one doing the writing, so that was great.
I see. The family stone is an example of a fucked up Christmas where the family falls apart and hates each other, which is true. That is exactly what happens at that. I don't think but just objectively, it's just fucking terrible. Christmas is so close. Hap, says Will. It is really close.
It's so close, I can taste it.
I can taste it with my mouth.
Christmas tastes good. I dig your glue wine cups, by the way.
Yeah, we got them from Munich.
Beautiful.
From
It's
the
a good
residents.
amount, a good size for.
You can see it's got a little mark telling you where they have to kind of.
Well, you can go fuck yourself, Mark. I will put it to the top of the mug.
Yeah, we went to the residence in Munich, and that was the earliest Christmas market. It's the only one we could go to after we'd seen the Bucks play. So yeah, it was. Christmas is very, very, very close. Nap, says Aletha, family don't seem to realise how bad packet frozen roast potatoes are.
There's nothing wrong with a packet frozen roast potatoes, but you can't cheap out on them. You have to get the upmarket quality version, like Aunt Bessie's or similar.
Yeah.
You can't just buy like Tesco's own, because then they will take an age to cook because they're dense as shit. Yeah.
We did cards for Erin's classmates, but I haven't done any this year, and I've only received 4 in total, 2 from work colleagues. I have received...
That may be because they're on the way and you haven't got them yet, though.
Possibly. I have received 1 from my one from my brother, one from my dad, one from my parents rather, one from somebody from work. I think, and one from my auntie and uncle. So 4 cards. I don't really need cards. What's the point of cards? What is the point of cards? Is this a controversial opinion?
No, I think it's the prevailing opinion, to be honest. I think it is how people feel.
Nobody here needs cards, right? We could just get rid of them. Can we all make a decision?
I wish we could, but I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest.
Maybe just among ourselves.
I received a card from the Guide Dog Company this year.
That's nice.
Isn't it? And then Harmstone sent me a card that was dog related. Tamsin gave me that dog badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do really enjoy this t-shirt.
And you're wearing that t-shirt. Looks amazing.
Yeah. I dig this.
You tell me this after I already sent you one. Well, listen, I very much appreciate it when I get it. Or you very much appreciate it now without even having received it yet. Thank you very much. I have lots of cards. People love me. Oh my God, she's insufferable.
Yeah, that makes sense.
How many did you give out though, Tamsinaki? That's the thing. Cards. It's one of these things for Christmas that we can just do without, I think. I just think it's a waste of Christmas time. That's a time sitting there writing all this shit out. I think the more I can stop giving out presents, receiving presents, giving out cards, receiving cards. I still want the food though, Jeremy.
Is it just the food that you want?
The food and the going out to have drinks and mulled wine. I just want the consumables.
Basically. I love this. I've had like 2 cards. Georgia, their child, has more. We're not important anymore. Can't write yet. Has more cards than
your mum has over
adults.
9,000 cards. No, my
over
parents.
9,000.
My parents have so many cards. We went around there the other day. My parents have so many cards on strings everywhere, but the thing is, they are very well loved. And my dad is like a pillar of the community and does all this stuff with the church. So they all love him and they're all Christmassy and they want to send him stuff. So that makes sense. Whereas I am a cunt.
Fucking
so
pillars.
Nobody sends me shit.
What a bunch of pillars.
I know.
Haps as well. Chinese for dinner.
Oh, that's amazing. I bloody love Chinese.
Me
Good
too.
choice.
Me too.
I want that now.
Very festive. Nap from Aletha. We've done that one.
Yes.
About the packet potatoes. She did respond and say, "Nah, even Aunt Bessie's aren't close to homemade." But that is not what you said. You didn't say that packet potatoes will never beat homemade. You just said packet potatoes bad.
I mean,
it's very true that a homemade roast potato is always going to be a packet potato.
I think she would prefer to go home.
That's not what you said.
I think she would prefer to go home and get homemade. She's not receiving homemade. Mixer tap, no more extremes. Yeah, so in her bathroom within Borton Towers, she has had to put up with 2 separate taps. And then she complained a bit. And then...
That she can either burn herself or freeze herself.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I never even thought about this really, but now she's got a mixer tap, so she can kind of find that she can do this.
Although not yet, because it's still like setting and shit.
Yeah, they're still sealant. But tomorrow morning she could.
Yeah, I had to use the always be chatting wing of the toilet block.
Yes.
And
see my wonderful
shower.
The new
shower, yeah.
The shower.
Which should segue quite nicely into a hap for you, I would expect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll say it now. I'm very happy. I had a shower earlier, and it was just amazing. I felt like I was in a shower advert, Jeremy.
A shadvert.
A shadvert, yeah. I mean, I can't actually think of the kind of things... there used to be an advert where this woman ate a flake in a bath. And it was an advert for Cadbury's Flake.
She was very sexy.
And she was very sexy, much like myself. I could have done that advert, but, pipped at the post, Jeremy.
I don't think it's the same effect eating a flake in the shower, though. Like, oh, my flakes all...
Eat a flake.
I've got a bit of melty flake on my cock. This isn't what I wanted at all.
I'm going to film myself doing that.
Find the music from the original Flake advert.
She is in this big, what's the word? Like wrought iron, kind of white. A
very ornate, decorative bath.
The bath with the big claws at the bottom. Yeah, it's a big white bath,
like the clamshell type looking things.
And all the water's rising, and she's lying in it.
It's all bubbly and
she's relaxing,
sensual.
And then she kind of thinks now's the time.
Sultrily going. Beautiful.
And she is so caught up with the flake experience that she has forgotten that she's still running the bath that she's in. And it's got to kind of that level, and her bath doth runneth over, Jeremy.
Not to mention she forgot that she invited a camera crew in to watch her bathe.
Right? And somebody with a whole packet of flakes. So I'm thinking maybe I could pull that off, but I can't do a flake. So perhaps you guys could suggest which chocolate bar I should be advertising in my new shower, because I can't be doing a flake now, can I? Because that's
Toblerone.
been done. Toblerone.
The whole Toblerone.
Toblerone. just a glass and a half.
Alex, it's time to say the line.
I really want to do double decker. Hold on.
I think we got a drink.
Just drink some shower water.
Very thick. Toblerone. It's a bit shit for the shower, frankly.
That's the take. That's the line.
Cut! That wasn't the fucking line, Alex.
Say the line,
Shit.
Bart.
Okay, we'll do it again. And the line, Alex.
That's exactly what it's going to be like. Double decker will probably be the same. Double decker. Cream egg.
Oh, cream egg. No, Kinder egg. Then you can play with a toy in the shower at the same time.
Much like...
Start the shower upright, doing the normal shower type position. By the end of the advert, you're kneeling on the floor playing with the little car that came in your Kinder egg.
Oh, yes, that
as
makes
the shower
sense.
beats you in the back of the head.
When you're like, playing with a toy in the shower.
It's been done before, and it'll be done again.
I can't wait. Ferrero Rocher. I mean, I don't know.
Could be a good one.
Yeah.
Not so much humor in that one because it's a decent suggestion.
Whisper. I think it needs to be a long. I don't know.
It needs to be something that you can hold outside of the stream of the shower without it just turning into a melty mess. That's why I said Toblerone, because it's long and you can get it out of the way.
Ferrero Washer. A Ripple.
Ripple could do it because it's like a flake, but it's got the coating of chocolate on the outside, so it'll have a bit more stability.
The thing is, I think it has to be a double decker, given my love of double deckers.
Choco Dip's a good one.
What's a Choco Dip? Is that
Is
the one
that
with
the one with the little biscuits on one side and then the like Nutella type stuff on the other, and you take the biscuit out and you dip it in? Because, then when you can't dip the biscuit in the chocolate bit without breaking the biscuit because it's rock solid, you can just go under the shower, give it a bit of a melt. Job done.
I think I need to film myself in the shower doing... Well, I say I need to. Aletha will have the pleasure of filming me in the shower, but
this time, he'll have chocolate.
This... I just want... And then I want to put it on here for their delectation at some point.
Going to get banned from Twitch, but...
hey, listen.
Hey, they allow that shit on TikTok, right?
The thing about this is what I will say.
There's plenty of bumholes on TikTok. Prick talk, butthole talk.
Some women on Twitch sit in a paddling pool in a bikini. There's nothing wrong. I could be sitting here right now in just shorts with my chest out.
You could.
And there would be no problem with that. You probably would stop watching, but that I could get away with it is what I'm saying.
Yeah. What TikToks you been watching, Jez? Whatever they fucking provide to me, unfortunately.
Listen, you watch one picture, one video of that. I just think we would have a problem with that. Yeah, maybe. I'm just saying that I could probably get away with it.
Yes.
Plus, if you could do it right, you could probably just get my shoulders and my head.
Oh, absolutely.
And the water like drizzling down.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to flash your gash, as it were, on on Twitch.
Hot tubs and pools is a legit category on Twitch. Yeah, it was because they had to move it from just chatting because they were fucking fed up with it.
There was no chatting on Just Chatting.
I did a hot tub stream once. No, you didn't, Kirsty. I don't believe this for a second. How would you roll the dice for Dungeons and Dragons? It's gone down the plug hole.
Oh, shit.
That was a 20. Unless
it's on the board, it doesn't count.
It's just floating around.
6. Wait, no. 4. Wait, no. 1. Bollocks.
So, yes. Okay. Yes. So, I'm very pleased. New shower. It looks beautiful. James, do you want some pictures? I'll put a picture of my shower on Discord. I'm sure you'll all love looking at it.
I'm glad that you know where that conversation started and could lead back to the beginning, because it had totally escaped my brain.
I'm a professional, is all I can say.
Hat from Aletha. Finished Christmas shopping. Me too, I think.
I have not. I have not even begun.
Well, it sounds like you're going to have an easy time of it.
Yes.
So
well,
far,
really, all I need to buy is something for Aletha, which I haven't bought yet. But I know what it is. So it's just a question of getting it.
Is it some kind of camera stand for when she films you in the shower?
It is. It's that and an array of chocolate bars. I really did, says Kirsty, taking the piss out of the category. I got a blow-up paddling pool and wore my llama onesie with a bikini over the top.
There you are then. That's very meta.
Captain
I like it.
Brilliant and Reese were going to do
They promised us over and over again that they would do a hot tub stream based on their genuine love for the hot tub stream and the hot tub category.
Yes.
But when the time came, did they do it?
Did they fuck?
Absolutely not. Fucking bottled it, didn't they? Bunch of wimps.
What things are nap, says James. All things.
All the things are shit.
Oh my God, thank God you're here for us to bring you joy at this Christmas time.
Yeah, don't worry, James. Soon we'll be killing things on Call of Duty together, and it will be a wonderful time.
Have you done that?
We haven't done it yet.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
No, we're at the obstacle of not being able to work out what our usernames are to add each other, because Activision have got a weird cipher after your name, and you need to find out what that number is. I don't know how to do that.
I don't fully understand this.
He doesn't know how to do it. So, yeah.
Hannah is good at rapping, says Keris. Woo! Child labour.
It's true. She can rap. Yeah. She's going to be the real Slim Shady before we know it.
The Mr. Bumble in me is pleased to hear that child labour is. Are there no workhouses? Where's my autograph book? I'm as sick as a dog. Shit.
Perhaps you should get in the sea with the other dogs.
Sick as a dog. Wait there. Oh, he's put that as a hap. I see. Sick as a dog. No, that's bad.
I love being sick.
Oh, it's amazing.
Mix up on the hap. Okay.
Young boy.
Now, I'm sure you'll have comment on this. Hap says Harmstone, the traitors. Nap says Aletha, traitors. Well, it's a bold dissenting move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Over to you, Alex.
The Traitors is one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen. It's so fucking funny.
He took the Harmstone side.
I did. I chose the path of destruction. It's even worse than the mole, says Aletha. Significantly worse. I think it's better than the mole. It's also shitter than the mole in some regards, but it doesn't really matter. The Traitors, if you haven't seen it, is basically another social deduction game. It's like the Werewolves of Miller's Hollow. It's like, I guess you would say, Resistance, Avalon, all these various little games where...
Among Us.
Among Us, yeah. Among Us is the best example for this, isn't it, really? But yes, you get a bunch of you who are good, and you get a few of you who are traitors or saboteurs or,
Cunts.
Government pricks. And in this case, in Traitors, I think there's 20 people, 3 of whom are bad guys trying to fuck everything up. And you as the audience know who the bad guys are, and it thrills me no end to watch them fucking debate at the end of it going, this is how we're going to fuck it up. And not only that, because they all think things through very cleverly. The problem I have with a lot of these shows, Jeremy, is they're all like idiots. And they're like, well, let's do this. We don't know what we're doing. But
of course they're idiots. It's a British series.
But these guys are really switched on. And they're like, no, don't think like that. You need to double bluff it. Because if we don't do that, it will appear like that. Got to think how they would think. And I'm like, shit me. Where did these guys come from? So I love it. It's hilarious. And by the way, by the time you get to episode 7, or whatever it is, they're all so emotional. They're all getting pissed off. One guy's like, just vote me off. I want to get out of here. Well, you fucking get out of here. I don't want to listen to this anymore. You're talking shit, mate. Why would you? And I'm like...
That is Britain in a nutshell.
It is incredible to watch. You could argue, you could point out that there's no real point for the tasks, really. The whole thing is just they needed to crystal maze it a little bit, just to kind of have some shit, or mole it a little bit, to have some shit that they needed to do. Or every one of these things needs shit, needs tasks and missions and stuff. But aside from that, if you just watch these guys fall apart, and there's one point where there's this guy just falling apart before your eyes because one cunt is obviously being a cunt to him, and somebody else has misunderstood things completely, and the traitors are puppet mastering everything. This guy is falling apart in front of your eyes genuinely, and in his genuine distress and misery, everyone's like, well, he should have got an Oscar for that performance, and he's truly, really miserable, and they're like, what a cunt, I can't believe he put all that on, and I'm like, I don't know whether to love this or hate this. Oh, it goes all emotions, all emotions. Anyway, do watch Traitors if you want to see.
If I will just interject with a dissenting opinion, Aletha says, it's just watching a bunch of idiots being idiots and being convinced they're right, but it's not even possible. You might think that they might be right, like on the mole, because you already know the answer.
Yeah, on the mole, you don't
know who it is.
You don't know who it is on the mole, so you're playing the game along with them. But on this, I like it because you're in that room in my head with the traitors. Like, you're conspiratorially part of it and watching all these guys. And I don't want to talk about it too much because you got to watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not watching it until it's finished.
No,
I'm not getting up to the point where there isn't any more in case I do really like it. So once it's finished, I will allow myself access to it, but I'm not watching it until it's finished. I assume it finishes on like Christmas Day or something.
I couldn't say. It
finishes
Thursday.
Okay. Right,
I'm still a little bit behind, but I'm not that far behind.
Lovely bit of after Christmas leading to New Year viewing then. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. What a show. What a show.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and that's it. All right, so you're going to fuck off again in 20 minutes, are you, Harmstone? As is tradition. Dick.
Anyway, yes, me and Aletha watched it, and she disliked it, and I stayed up to watch 8 episodes. We were very different. We had very different opinions on that. She fell asleep. She played Slay the Spire and fell asleep, and I stayed up and watched 8 episodes. I know I've mentioned this before, and I don't know how to do it, and I still really want to do a Twitch version of some social deduction thing, but I kind of want to rip it off, but I also want to make something new and interesting. I don't.
Yeah, I don't think the kind of traitory format would go down well on Twitch at the moment because of how prevalent it is and Among Us and all that kind of thing.
No,
but I do really truly think that you could do like a circle type
thing where I'm getting you all to do tasks every week.
Yeah, and
we vote people off based on that or stuff like that. I still think
it's a new year coming up.
It's a new year.
You've got to decide what that looks like. You've still only got like 2 concrete Thursdays out of 4 in the month.
I know.
So, you know.
I do want it. And I know I mentioned it. There's so many things going up in my brain. So it got mentioned before, but it's got to get done at some. Task Bastard. It is basically the circle plus Taskmaster plus I don't know what the fuck else.
Whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
I'd like to do more quizzes.
Yeah,
next year on Twitch, because I feel like, you know, there was that period during COVID when we were all locked down that it was like 6 quizzes a week. Everyone come do another quiz because we're all fucking miserable and there's nothing else to do while we're locked inside. And so everyone kind of got fucked off with quizzes.
Yeah.
But now I think there's been enough time passed. Like we're a full year clear of any kind of lockdown measures and all that shit. And so I think quizzes can return officially.
People like playing the wheel occasionally at the end of one of my streams, especially Aletha, who likes the wheel as much as she likes Traitors.
Yes, which is immensely.
Completely, 100%. So, yeah.
What is the topic of the quiz, please? Well, it could be anything, couldn't it?
If only someone had built a Jeopardy board thing on Flash.
Yeah, that's it. I think I want to do like general like quizzes, like I'll do a Jeopardy week and people can come and play Jeopardy, and like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire week and people come and play Millionaire, and like The Chase and all that kind of thing. And because you know that there's someone out there that would probably want to take on certain roles here, like of a chaser or something. I'm sure. Yeah.
Let's keep reading the shit. Traitors.
We've got one more.
Putting tape. This is Nap. Putting tape in a tape dispenser.
Only if you're shit at it, Karis.
How? You just get the tape, you get the end of the tape, you put it in the thing, and then go chonk over them.
It's not quite that simple. So you get the tape bit, and then inside the dispenser there is like a spool of plastic that is almost the same size as the sellotape.
Right.
But not quite.
I see.
And you do have to put it in from one side, and you have to go... and then there's a little spoolie bit that goes in the middle of that plastic.
Right.
What will often fuck people over, such as Karis, is she won't take the spool bit out first. the spool bit being in there makes it more of a solid thing, and then you can't actually fit it into the sellotape. But if you take that out, you can squeeze it slightly so it fits.
There's no spool like the old spool, Jeremy. I remember them releasing a thing which you wrapped around your wrist.
Yeah, that's what Aletha's mentioned. Bring back Scotch wrist thing.
It's so good. I remember me and Curly, who's coming back tomorrow. Oh no, he's back today. He's back. Curly's back.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
Back again.
Curly's back.
Tell a friend.
And we both had these things, and he's like, "Have you seen this thing?" I said, "They're amazing," and we just went on and raved about how much we fucking loved the back of the wrist.
See, I could never actually find any of the dispensers anywhere, but I did buy like the packs of the refills and just keep using those because it was basically just pre-cut sellotape. Yeah,
it was good. Have you got any haps or naps that you want to bring up before we push on?
I don't really have any naps, actually. It's been a generally hap week.
We had the bus crawl.
We did. That was mega hap. I thoroughly
amazing.
enjoyed that. That
Really
was a great
good.
time. Yeah. And in general, not on the bus crawl, I will add, but today, and hopefully forevermore, the weather is warmer and we're back up to double digits. I almost put the shorts on today.
Wow.
I almost put shorts on because
it's come to this.
like now it's not, but during the day it was like solidly 12 degrees here in Folkestone.
Nice.
Yeah, nice bit of warmth.
So, Dominic the Donkey. We sang Dominic the Donkey, and we had little sleigh
You
bells.
had the jingly bells, yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
There you go. The same opinion or the same fact.
The windows were
From
open.
Kirsty and James. I had to have the windows open. I opened actual windows in my
Wow.
flat. There you go.
Wow.
Windows open.
So where do you want to go now? Do you want to go to... Oh, by the way, did you put a controversial opinion thing on?
I did.
Do they know it exists? Because then...
No, not yet, because we need to go into the segment for it to be activated.
I didn't... Oh, will it?
By the team.
I
Yes.
didn't know whether...
I mean, do you have one?
No.
Neither do I.
What was the one I said maybe it's a controversial... Oh, no, I said it already. Yeah, no. No, I didn't know whether they could put it in advance.
They could do. Yeah.
But
yes,
we haven't actually trialed it. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, Aletha, if you'd like to open the controversial opinion submission thing in Channel Points,
And then maybe if anybody puts them in there...
if some good ones turn up, then
We'll
maybe
go to
we'll
it.
do that segment later. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that I neglected to actually set up was that I forgot. So
But do we have one?
we did. Yeah, it was the one that Harmstone sent me, and then I sent you, and it's
That
just,
is good.
yeah, it's just a little videos, but maybe I can set it up a bit later. But yeah,
She thinks she did it.
I think I've done it. All right, let's have a look. Yeah. In the interim,
Yes.
would you like to go here?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. All right, then. Then set us up, dear boy.
Yes. Let's go into the segment we like today. We like to...
That we like to today
we
call I
Call
fucked up.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew he fucked up.
I'm really glad. I've got to sit up a little bit for this.
Today I fucked up.
Today I fucked up. Introducing the segment. Oh my god, I said that so many times, but yes. Yeah. Today I fucked up where we I've got to find it actually. It's behind this one. I mean, Today I fucked up is where we take these wonderful accounts, true or untrue, from the internet, and then we read it out. I feel like this podcast is very much heading towards a kind of like finding great things and reading them out. So we should find as many as we can, frankly.
Yeah. And to be frank, we've exhausted our backlog, so we've got to actually make an effort going forward into the new year. Yeah.
So
I think I'm going to go first.
I'll do that. You know, if you're going to do that, I'm going to see if there's any more mulled wine.
Sure.
Did you want some more?
I would love some more. I think I finished that. I did. Yeah.
Okay, you carry on.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure you're listening over there in yonder mulled wine land.
No, there's no mulled wine.
Okay. No mulled wine. You heard it here first. The mulled wine is gone.
Looks like I have to come back again.
I'll wait. Just in case, it's hard to edit. Shuffly boy. It's cold wine now. Today I fucked up by giving my daughter a potato for a Christmas present. When my daughter was 6, she was obsessed with the TV show Little House on the Prairie.
As were we all.
Which delighted my wife and me, who loved the show when we were kids. Great present, not the arsehole. Not quite where we are. In the pilot episode, the family was so poor that each of the girls got a new cup, a shiny new penny, and a potato as a gift for Christmas. My daughter couldn't stop talking about it. Now, my family is really big into taking practical jokes too far.
They always are, Jeremy.
There was the feral daughter kept in the cage prank of 2010 and the bloody leprechaun joke of 2013.
I hope these get explained.
They do not.
Left to draw our own conclusions.
But this one really backfired on us. After she went to bed on Christmas Eve, we hid all of her real presents behind the couch and left one package in the middle of the floor. When she came down, she seemed surprised that there was only one gift, but carefully unwrapped it to reveal, you guessed it, a shiny tin cup, a brand new penny, and a potato. Attached was a note from Santa. Molly, I heard how much you love the Little House show. Here's hoping you have a very prairie Christmas. Love, Santa.
That's good.
She grabbed the potato and started to cry. Uh-oh. I really screwed up this time. However, it wasn't because she was upset, but because she was so happy. Even when we revealed her other gifts, she only wanted to be with her potato.
What? Shut up!
She drew a face on it and carried it around with her everywhere. But it started to go bad. First it turned green and started to sprout eyelets. Eventually, we had a very traumatic... oh my God. Eventually, we had a very traumatic experience where the potato disappeared in the night. She's 17 now and still talks wistfully about the potato every Christmas. TLDR, I once gave a potato to my daughter as a practical joke and ended up backfiring when she ended up loving it and we had to get rid of it before it went gangrene.
That's actually a good story, and I do think it's true.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Embellished slightly, perhaps, but...
yes, that's true. Rat Freak is here, has found his way here to...
Hey Dom, how you doing?
To our new little channel where we're all hanging out. Welcome in.
Welcome in, indeed. Let's just catch up. I don't know if you were watching.
No, I was just enjoying
the chat. There we go. Someone gave me a potato as a present once, said Tamsanaki. It was huge.
One time, I can tell you now, Captain Brilliant came round to drop into my family Christmas, and I can't remember quite why he was coming round, but he brought round presents for my nephew and my niece, notably not Tom and Hannah, it should be explained. And he brought round loads and loads of individual presents, and my nephew's eyes were wide with delight at the thought of getting all these wonderful presents, but all they were vegetables. Like, he opened one up and it was a potato, and he opened another one up and it was a satsuma. He opened another one up and it was a parsnip. I think he may have even put a lump of coal, and like Captain Brilliant provided all these wonderful things to Jamie, and Jamie was like, what the fuck is this? And I was talking to my mum the other day, and she was remembering wistfully the time when Captain Brilliant came round. She said, do you remember when Captain Brilliant came round?
Because that's what everybody calls him.
And brought all those things? I said, yes. And she still finds that fucking hilarious. And not only that, I just remembered a hap. Oh my God, I've just remembered a hap. Right. It's not only that.
Too late now.
Oh, you're going to hear it. You're going to love it. My mum, I can't remember the context, I'll work it out. My mum said to me, and do you know something, Alex? I used that parsnip. There's for her, this was a practical gift. She was just like, do you know what? Captain Brilliant brought that round as a joke. I cooked that. I'm just like,
There are a lot of videos going around. You know, you can tell that we've just started a TikTok channel because now I'm scrolling all the time. There are a lot of videos of children receiving vegetables as Christmas gifts, obvious from previous years or whatever. And the look of sheer joy on this one child's face as he opened a broccoli, just lost his mind, was so excited to get a broccoli. Like kids will like whatever you give them, not at the age that your niece and nephew were at the time, obviously. But
did not appreciate getting
under the age of 8. I think you could give any child a vegetable, and they'll be like, "Yes, yes, yes."
I'm trying to read what Tom has written. Recently, at a service station, I saw a tiny child just agog at the giant tree and fake presents bigger than him. His parents struggled to drag him away. These aren't for you!
They're going to have a tough Christmas. Just to finish Tamsin's potato story, I kept it because I was a sentimental fool, and it rooted into my bedroom carpet. My mum was furious. That's what'll happen.
I love this. So many people with Christmas ideas. 100% not the arsehole, just a shame it went bad.
A single baked bean is a good gift, says James 31.
I need more.
I was going to say, how would you feel about a single baked bean?
I would hope it was accompanied by more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Thanks for the bean. Where are the others?
At school, we had to look after a bag of flour for a week. Kids in my class went all out. It was the teachers how to look after something as fragile as a baby.
Yeah.
I thought that something only happened in America. I didn't know if it happened here, and I presume that Where's My Autograph Book is English, but
He is. Yep.
we were never encouraged to take there's an episode of Buffy, a very early season 1 episode, where they've got to take an egg home with them, and the egg is actually an alien, spoiler alert.
Ha!
And it fucking in the middle of the night, it comes out, all these tentacles come out and crawl into their ears, and Xander boils it because he's like, well, I can't drop it and crack it if I boiled it. So he's the only one that's immune to it. What a great episode. Fucking Buffy's incredible.
Buffy is great, yeah. I do wonder if it holds up now.
I think it will. Maybe we should watch it.
We should.
I assume we have all seen A Book for Christmas video, and then part 2 a year later.
I don't think I have.
If
it is an advert, I will not have seen it because A, I don't watch British TV, and B, I don't watch adverts. So yeah.
When I was at uni, I kept my potatoes in my room so no one could steal them. Then I went home for the weekend. The heating was on. The heat is on. And they're gone bad when I returned. It smelt bad. There's a lot of people have potato stories. I never thought there would be so... This Tifu has suddenly... Everyone's talking about potatoes. Like it was the...
We're British. Who doesn't love a potato?
I mean, yeah, but I just didn't expect so many stories.
Wonderful vegetable.
There were enough kids with actual babies in my classes that we didn't need flour.
Right.
That
sounds British too.
It's very British. It's just,
you live in fear, don't you? It's amazing. I love this.
Well, I can't. I'm on the way.
So,
I can't. It's unnatural for me to.
Here it comes. He's gonna throw it at my head again.
It was an advert. It was a viral video of a kid losing his shit about getting a book as a gift.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a few things like that. There was one they do it the other way where they give someone a Twitch. Oh, it's not Twitch. I keep saying get them wrong. They give them a Switch box, but in it is something. Bullshit.
I hate that shit. That is fucking
it's unfair.
That is not
super
cool.
Unfair.
No, that is not cool.
It's not cool.
That is abuse. Frankly, I'm not a fan of that at all.
No.
Yeah. And to close this out, James has had 2 large potatoes for dinner.
Potatoes. What can't they do? I could eat a potato in a shower, maybe. Me in a shower, just like taking a big fucking bite out of a potato. The thing is, I don't want to clog up the shower with all this fucking shit, you know.
Yeah, well, just put like a net or something, over the top, and then you can just fish it all out in one go. I can see what you're doing.
Oh yeah, the one where the kid got a cat, but it jumped out of the box when it was opened, and the kid didn't realise and thought it was just empty.
Just an empty box. That was good.
It's so well timed, and the kid doesn't see it, and it just sneaks around the back of the tree. And anyway, I do like this. So I haven't read this one yet, but let's continue.
Eyes down, looking for a full
fuck up. Today I fucked up by telling my sibling about my mother's horrible reactions to our Christmas gifts.
This one.
Today I fucked up by telling my sibling about my mother's horrible reactions to our Christmas gifts. Okay. So I am kind of on the edge whether I actually fucked up or not.
I'm on the edge.
However, I do now feel very bad that I unearthed something without knowing it, causing drama. I have no problems. I love drama. My 21F mother, 48F, is extremely picky when it comes to gifts we get her. It really stresses me out. Only once, last year, did I successfully get her something she liked. The previous years, however, she is extremely bad at faking it when she opens the gift and will usually tell me later why it was a bad gift.
Who's picky about gifts from their children?
It's like,
honestly.
let me give you notes.
No matter how old they are, like, fuck off.
Just accept it with good grace.
Yeah.
Right? Fucking hell. The previous years, however, she's extremely bad at faking it when she opens the gift. Will usually tell me later why it was a bad gift. One year we got her this very nice heated blanket.
Stephen, are you ready for the cliff notes? I've prepared a little list. Point the 37th. Why this Christmas present is shit.
And who would not want a heated blanket?
Pull up a chair.
Strap in.
Who would not want a heated blanket?
Yeah.
Aletha's mum.
That's true. That's true. Do you know, I saw my mum the other day and I mentioned we had an electric blanket. And she went, oh, that'll be good. And I'm like, what has happened? Why has my mum immediately not said it's going to burn the house down? I suddenly remembered the thing I've got to mention, but I don't want to mention it until your father and H-Borts are in. Because they're going to fucking dig it.
It's not quite Japan get the fuck up time yet.
It's really Hannah I want to hit with it, so we have to wait. Even have to wait till Thursday. I'll do it on Thursday. One year we got her this very nice heated blanket. I asked her how she liked it about a week later, my first mistake. And she told me that she doesn't use it because it's too big for the couch and too small for the bed. That was 2 years ago, and I still haven't seen her use it once, and I live with her. Other years it's been much worse. When I was still at high school, my siblings and I got her an array of Bath and Body Works products that cost a little over $100.
That was your first mistake, spending $100 at Bath and Body Works.
And soap. This was apparently a terrible gift.
Well, yes, objectively.
After the fact, she yelled at me, telling me how ungrateful we are. She yelled at me!
Wait, hang on. She received a gift and then
Yelled.
called them ungrateful.
Yes.
What?
That's not how... After the fact, she yelled at me, telling me how ungrateful we are and how she never has gotten anything nice in all her life.
I mean...
Is this an Am I the Arsehole?
The fucking children. Jesus Christ.
Narcissists are bad at receiving gifts.
Apparently not a narcissist, according to the notes.
This... After the fact, she yelled at me, telling me how ungrateful we are and how she's never gotten anything nice in all her life. And the least her kids could do would be to show her a little appreciation. She thought the gift was too cheap. I was crushed. I thought my siblings, 23F, 20F, 16M, and 16M, knew about her reactions every year. So when we were going through ideas as per usual, I was trying to be supportive, but also tell them, well, that's not really a group present because it's too cheap. Or, I don't know if she'll like that due to my years of dealing with her responses. I explained to my sister, 23F, that if we spend too little money, she'll get upset like before. She asked me to explain what I mean, so I told her.
Let me stop you there. She's going to get upset anyway because she's a massive prick.
Yes.
So just buy her a potato and move the fuck on.
Sisters and brothers, gather round and let me tell you the tales of literally every year. Our mother hates everything we get her, and so don't bother because she's going to fucking hate it. She asked me to explain what I mean, so I told her about what she had said previous years. She is livid. My mum now is remarried to a man that spoils her a little, so she doesn't really complain like she used to, not regarding gifts. And will completely refuse to acknowledge what she said, especially in front of her new husband. So in front of her new husband, so when the family is gathering for Christmas, they all tell the merry tales.
So, Mother, what do you think of your Christmas present?
Because normally every year you hate them, and then the husband is like,
nice, isn't it? It's really, really nice present.
Do you typically hate them? She's like, no, they don't know what they're talking about. I've never disliked any of their presents ever.
Literally
Shut up.
every present I've received in my life, I have loved without exception.
She refuses to acknowledge this, especially in front of her new husband. I think she's a little embarrassed. I thought my sisters knew. The other siblings haven't responded yet. I'm worried that I've caused an uproar over the past. My older sister definitely isn't letting this go, and I'm not surprised. And upset my siblings when they didn't have to know. I can't undo what I've done, and I realise her actions aren't my fault, but I feel terrible. TLDR, I told my siblings about my mum's unappreciative comments about past Christmas gifts, and my older sister is furious. I'm trying to work out what the older sister isn't letting go here. Is the older sister, because it says, she asked me to explain what I mean, so I told her about what she said previous years. She is livid. Was the older sister not aware of the mother's comments? Because surely the mother has made this fucking clear. So what is the older sister livid about?
No, I think that is the case, that the older sister is livid, that she didn't know the mother was deriding all of the presents constantly.
Right.
And now has found out that she didn't like the fucking, like...
various hundreds of dollars.
Crock pot that she bought a previous Christmas and the...
I wouldn't be letting it go.
And the windscreen wipers that she bought her when she was 5 or whatever.
I feel terrible because I thought they knew, and I could have kept it in ignorance. So there you go. Yes, you're right. She thought the older sister knew, but she'd been very clear. Perhaps I reckon what's happened is the older sister no longer lives there. She lives there. That's why she said, like, she's never used this. I live there. The older sister is probably not privy to this information because the woman that's the daughter that's living at home gets this all the time.
Yeah, she's got a front row ticket to bullshit.
To Cuntsville, Arizona.
Yeah. I feel like knowing important truths about your parents is valid, and the emotions are also valid.
Yeah. I think it's like, this is totally fair. By the way, she says in the piece of paper I just thrown away, like, oh, I feel really bad that this happened. But I'm like, why? This has come to happen so much. Why are you feeling bad about something that was somebody else's fault? Your mum has been a bitch about all this shit, and she's been really, really publicly hateful about the nice things you've given. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel bad about just...
That's not on you.
That's not on you.
The burden is not on you.
If you've just said to your older sister, like, you've got to be careful about it, because you do know that mum's going to hate on your shit. Remember when we spent $100 together, and she still thought that was cheap, and the older sister went, what? And it's like, well, I don't know. Listen. Oh, my God. That's a really good one. It's a good Tifu.
It's great.
Yeah.
I was very happy to find that one.
I'm just reading back what it says. Yes, it's insane. Listen. If you don't like a gift, just be nice about it and
put it on eBay.
Yeah. Re-gift it, not back to them. Ideally.
Although we covered regifting a few weeks ago, and some people here were not fucking happy about that idea.
What were we regifting? I don't remember.
Not us regifting. Like we've never regifted, obviously.
No.
But there were members of the chat that were not happy with the very concept of regifting because of the emotional energy placed on somebody buying a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a valid feeling, but also we've got to get some value out of shit, right?
Right. I have never regifted anything, I don't think. Like, not an actual proper gift.
I absolutely have.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Can you call to mind anything?
I mean, there are certain years where I've received like 1 billion boxes of chocolates, and I'm not a massive kind of chocolate eater, so I'll like keep what I perceive to be the best one, and then I will re-gift the rest of them to people who enjoy chocolate more than me. I think that's fair.
I can't remember anything that I've re-gifted. Secret Santa, which is something that came up earlier. I think Aletha said something which is shit.
I have re-gifted a Secret Santa, actually. Yeah.
I got given at work one time, but I should say, and I wanted to say this to Duncan the Singer last week when he was round, was that I have always hated Secret Santa because everyone that gives me Secret Santa gifts are always shit. No time is spent thinking about it. They always just give me matchmakers and wine, or something gets broken or thrown away, and it's all shit. And they'll think, that'll be a funny gift. That'll be stupid. And one year I got a book of toxic, misogynist and racist jokes, which was so confusing because it was just like really just sexist shit. And I don't know where they got it from, but it was just like, it was horrific. They were just like, I don't want to repeat it, but they were just like really, really near the knuckle, dodgy fucking, not even near the knuckle, past the knuckle.
Probably like from right winger stones or whatever.
And I was just like, the fuck is this? But and it was also really crap. Like, it would have cost like $3.99 from the works or something like that. And I'm like, so you've basically got me something shit that's bad. What am I going to do with this? And they're like, you like telling jokes? And I'm like, I do like telling jokes, but
The problem with jokes is they're supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
In this book,
Just kind of isn't.
Not so much.
But then, since I've been at the place I work now, even though I said, I don't want to do it every year they've given me amazing gifts. This year they gave me a coffee gift. And last year before, last when we were still there, as it were, they gave me Hamilton CDs, and before that they gave me a cocktail book and some cocktails. So I've had cocktails, coffee, and Hamilton.
I mean, to be fair, of anybody in the workplace that would be easy to buy Christmas gifts for, it's you. Because you literally don't shut up, so they will know absolutely everything about you.
I'm an open book.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's not racist jokes in it.
It's not like me when I used to, work in an office. I'd go in there, I'd do the bare minimum of work, and then I'd get the fuck out of there at like 1 minute to 5, with saying as little as possible to as many people as possible. And yeah, no.
Yeah. An open empty book worth £20. I do actually need a new open empty book for
a New Year's coming.
Goal planning.
Yeah. Maybe we should have been keeping the ITAs and Tfue papers, and you could have just written on the back of those.
No, I want
equally as empty.
A special book, Jeremy.
You are a special book, Alex.
I saw a special book in a shop in town when I went in to go and get a card.
He went back to right winger stones.
Do you know, I was speaking to my mum, and I was talking about Waterstones, and she said, well, I went into Waterstones.
Waterstones.
And I'm like,
God, weren't we a nation of pricks? Honestly.
Is it that? Because I didn't pick her up on it, because I don't like to correct people, really.
Especially not your own mother.
Especially not my own mother. Although she said something that she didn't like.
Oh, mother, please say it not like a cunt.
Like, welcome in, Andy.
Hey, Freshcoat, welcome.
Waterstones. And I've always said Waterstones. And when you're reading a book, funnily, and you read things, character names, and you don't know how they're pronounced because you've only got the book to go on. So you have it in your head, it's said a certain way. And a similarity to this is that I don't believe anyone's ever said Waterstones out loud to me.
But here's the thing, Alex. We live in a town called Folkestone.
Yes.
We don't call it Folkestone.
We don't.
I'm going to start calling it Folkestone because I'm now deeply offended that I've not been pronouncing the stone properly.
Folkestone.
Yeah, Folkestone is how people call it.
But I think that's just the way these letters come together, really. I don't think anyone ever called it Folkestone. And it's just, kind of gradual. But I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, we've got an authority on the subject here. Our very own MJ Harmston.
Harmston?
Mm.
I like that. I like Harmston.
Yeah.
Is it Harmston?
Have we been saying it wrong all this time?
I was about to say exactly that. Have we been saying your name wrong? Is it Harmston?
Hmm.
Oh. Do you know what? If I learn that Waterstones is called Waterstones, and I know that for a fact, I'm going to call it Waterstones anyway.
It's stun. Okay, great.
Don't.
It's stun, not stun. Okay, cool.
That's right.
Harmston, not Harmstun. Great, Thank you for clarifying that.
Harmston. I like Harmston.
Harmy Harmston.
It has a gravitas to it. Harmston. MJ Harmston.
The look on your face did not say gravitas. It said trapped wind and intestinal discomfort. Harmston.
Harmston. No harm's done.
Here he is. Harmstunner! Harmstunner!
I was speaking to my mum the other day, and when I was a kid, I read a lot of, I don't know how we got into it, but I read a lot of Stephen King. And there was something on TV and something was going to happen. And she said, "Oh, I don't like Stephen King." And I was like, "No?"
I do love these random like outbursts, or not so much outbursts, but random quips that your mum delivers for us.
In an effort to find out more, see where it goes, see if there's a joke that's more joke. What is this? Dig. Regrettably, there wasn't really. But she said, I don't like Stephen King. I don't like any of his films. I said, or his books. She said, or his books. I said, have you ever read any of his books? And she's like, no. And I said, have you ever seen any of his films? And she's like, no.
Right.
And I said, but you don't like him? She's like, no, but I know what happens. I just thought she was going to be just like, I don't like it when they take the child and put him in the pet cemetery. You know what's going to happen, Alex. The child's going to come back. It's not going to be the same. I'm like, you're right about that, Mum. But for some reason, I don't know. But anyway,
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose she's got a fair point, really. You don't have to engage in things to know their shit.
No, that's true.
Like, for example, I've never actually met a Nazi.
No.
But I know that they're cunts.
She knows she doesn't like horror. And I didn't want to, like... When I said to her, like, have you seen or read these things? She was like, oh, well, and I didn't mean to... I wasn't trying to embarrass her or trip her up. I was just... You were
just looking for the comedy.
Yeah. I thought she was going to say, well, I watched Cujo and I don't think a dog would ever do that. Or like, I watched Christine and a car doesn't do that, does it, Alex? Cars don't have a life of their own, do they, Alex? And clowns don't live in sewers, do they, Alex? Don't be ridiculous. Like when she watched The Matrix and, like, Trinity runs up the wall and she's like...
Yeah, lots of clowns in sewers in The Matrix.
It's just like, people don't run up walls. People don't. This is what I said. I know I've said this before. It's like, people don't run up walls, Alex. And then my dad was like, Barnum ran up a wall. Because they went to see Barnum. And it's like, that's true. Barnum did run up a wall. And I'm like...
That's in, like, P.T. Barnum?
Yes.
Right.
There's a bit in the musical Barnum, which Michael Crawford was in, which they went to see, and this is years ago.
Is it Crawford or Crawford?
It's Crawford.
Crawford.
Or
Crawford.
Michael Crawford does a bit where he runs up the wall and he kind of you run towards the wall, you take one step on the wall, one second step, and then you backflip off it, and it's an incredible Barnum trick. And so you run up the wall and jump off it, and it requires talent to do that, which of course is very impressive when it's in the musical. He also does like trapeze work. It's really good to see. But like, there's my mum saying, "Oh, why would you watch The Matrix? Nobody can run up a wall." Except Barnum can.
God, the stories that she watched must be so dreadfully dull.
She has a lot of vendettas for an elderly woman.
What do people do, Alex's mum? Well, they go to the shops and they buy groceries. They come home, they cook them, they have dinner, and then they go to bed. Right, and what did you watch with that in? Coronation Street.
I try and remember what it was she said the other day. There was something, it was brilliant, but I can't remember. It'll come up a bit later. Yes, and then I do want to... There's this thing my dad said, which is fucking brilliant, and you'll appreciate it. I know why, because of the content, but we'll get to it. I won't ever forget what my dad said. Anyway, I won't forget it.
Never will I ever.
Never will I ever. Do you want to do this that I have?
Yes, unless you would like to stall for time, and I'll get the where is it? That set up very quickly.
Oh yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah,
if you've
okay.
got that, yeah, sure.
Stall for time. And
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
set it up.
I must say things now.
Yes, that is the way that this works.
How's everyone doing? I hope everything's prepared for Christmas. Actually, I don't give a fuck, really. Oh look, wait, have you brought... This is amazing.
No, don't worry, that's not what's going on.
Oh no. Jez on a SNES has disappeared. That's a pity. I have to say, we've got a wonderful viral coming up for you very, very soon. And after that little game, and then we're going to have Am I the Arsehole? There's so much stuff happening. Oh my stars. Can you believe it? And then I'll be drinking some more mulled wine. In fact, frankly, everything's happening here. And then we'll probably go and raid any button gaming. It will be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
As long as he's still going, yeah.
I went round seeing my parents, and I try every time to dredge as much ridiculous nonsense out of them as I possibly can. But it's just they were very low on the ground on this one, mainly because my dad was falling asleep after we'd had Christmas dinner. So it was difficult to get anything, and I really need Hannah here to really thoroughly put a punctuation mark after this. Are you ready?
I am ready.
You want to see this? This is the segment we like to call Going Viral.
I really didn't think that was going to work, that button. Then I'm like, this is going to fuck up immediately.
I was thinking bloppier than ever. It's really bloppy.
It gets bloppier every week, really.
I don't know how we do it.
Yeah.
Well, Going Viral, it's a couple of weeks ago we did... we were looking for some Christmas Going Virals, and you found another one.
I have, yeah. I don't know why it's still playing, even though we're not actually, like... Right, here we go. Another bit of Christmas decoration. Jesus! Let tits now.
Tits now.
Le tits now. I think that's. I mean, I can't hear quite what they're saying, but I think they are saying
If you
that.
insist.
That 100% says Jesus.
That 100% says
Jesus.
Jesus.
Tits now.
Le tits
Le
now.
tits now. I love the fact that like they've tried to write "let it snow," so they've gone.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm afraid so.
Oh, that's a
The
shame.
LE is in the first bit because they couldn't get the LET. So we've got LE from there, and then they start the second T there. How can they do this without knowing what the fuck is going on? That's what I want to know.
I mean, the other question is, even if you were deeply religious, why would you just write Jesus in giant
That's the bit that's
luminous
confusing
letters
me.
on your roof? Like,
It's just like, Jesus, listen, we've still got some lights left over. Have we got enough to write Jesus? And then tits. Why? You can't do this without knowing what you're doing.
you know
right?
what you've done. Yeah.
You know what you've done. There's no way you could just go, we'll put an LE and then the TITS. How have they done that anyway? I'm trying to work out what they've...
So what all they've done is got like blackout paper and just
put
stuck
it on the...
and left the recess where the letters
Yeah.
are. But
Yeah.
slash they knew.
They knew.
They knew what they were doing.
But Jesus, why bring Jesus into it?
Poor Jesus.
Unbelievable.
It's brought into everything. Yeah. I can count, or I can't count rather, the amount of times that I'm watching television, and especially reality television, when people will invoke their God, be it, the Christian God or Jesus, or,
Or none of the many gods.
exactly.
False gods.
And I just shout at the television, your God doesn't give a fuck about you.
No.
Because let me tell you, even if the God that you believe in was true, they would not give a shit about you winning Survivor. Like, objectively, they wouldn't give a fucking damn. Get the fuck over yourself and just play the game, all right?
Your father says when we were watching the World Series on a stream of a US local TV, there was literally a 2-minute advert for Jesus, just the bloke.
I mean, did he pay for it himself, or?
This would pay for by Jesus himself. Tim Minchin does a great song about God helping people. I haven't heard it, unfortunately. I'm not a big fan of Tim Minchin, so
I'm not either, really.
Haven't got that far. Unless he's in Jesus Christ Superstar, which is kind of topical, I guess, really. In which case, I think
Jesus
he's...
Christ.
Because he's amazing in that. So maybe I should go back through some of the other Tim Minchin things and give Tim a chance.
Maybe you didn't give Tim a fair chance.
All we are saying is give Tim a chance.
He does Matilda. I do want to see the Matilda one.
I am not fussed about Matilda, but I feel I'll be going to see it. I don't think it's something that interests me. As I understand it, a kid goes to a school and the teacher's a prick.
Wait a minute. As you understand it, you haven't actually read or seen Matilda?
No.
Jesus Christ, Alex.
But it looks just a bit shit.
It's not, though.
Yeah, but it is. Might be.
Yeah, but it's not.
But I read a lot of Roald Dahl when I was a kid, and this one never came
But
up.
apparently not Matilda.
I liked the Twits, and I liked the Witches, and I liked James and the Giant Peach, and I liked Boy, and Going Solo, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
If you like James and the Giant Peach, you'll like Matilda.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think adult Alex realizes that was probably a bit shit. I just think that anyway, I never read Matilda, and I don't think I'm going to enjoy Matilda.
What a curmudgeon, honestly. Remember when I was the curmudgeon, folks? Now Alex won't go and fucking watch Matilda.
Fuck Matilda. Come on, what's going to happen? She has magical powers, and she manages to fuck off the bad teachers. Isn't that the plot of Harry Potter? Magical powers.
But Roald Dahl wasn't a TERF.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's true.
This is exactly like your mother, says your father. I don't think I like Matilda. Magical children. And
I know, right? I mean, they don't make any sense. I mean, how has she got these telekinetic powers? I don't understand. And how would you grow a giant peach anyway? Where would you put it? It would just roll away. Well, it does roll away, actually, Mother. That's literally what happens. I was right then, wasn't I?
Yeah. Google it, James31. I don't want to get political,
correct.
Really.
Just like...
That's the answer I'm giving you. Just know that they're cunts and that J.K. Rowling is one. That's all you need to know. Right, yeah. Where do you want to go now? I mean, that was all the viral I had.
Yes.
Mainly, I just wanted to be bloppy and meaty, and then to get
Play that.
to
Tits
let it
now.
Yeah. So with that in mind, would you like to go there? Is it time?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's play a Christmassy game.
Let's do it. Christmas is for games, Alex.
Yes.
What game we're gonna play?
Why? It's Drinkety Drink.
Drinkety drink, drinkety drink. Drinkety drink, drinkety drink. Drinkety drink, drinkety drink, drinkety drink. Drinkety drink.
I'm sure Karis would give you a lovely rendition of that burp once again, but she's probably asleep by now, quite frankly.
Everyone's drinking at Christmas, Jeremy, and they'll be making that burpy sound. Crowd pops hard.
Now, there is one issue with Drinkety Drink.
Yes. Well, penity pen, penity pen.
Oh, look at that.
Pen,
And there wasn't a table in his way that time either. I've got a leg for this, I suppose.
Now,
What is Drinkety Drink, Alex?
Drinkety
for
Drink.
Anybody that may be here for the first time?
Drinkety Drink does not infringe on any copyrights that are known.
That's good.
Drinkety Drink is not the same as Blankety Blank, nor is it the same as anything like Blankety Blank.
That's
All
good.
suggestions that they are similar are absolutely coincidental. Please do not tell anyone we're doing this. The game of Drinkety Drink,
There she is. She's still awake, though.
she is dropping a burp in.
Sure.
It's-
She was probably dozing and was like, that's my burp. Better
That's
wake
me!
up.
Christmas is a time for drinking, but people tend to forget things because of their drinking nature and just because they're, forgetful cunts. So I've got
That's me.
5 little Christmas-related things with some blanks in it, and you have to fill in the blanks. Now, what's going to happen is you're playing against Jeremy, all right? Jeremy will write down what he thinks, and you have to write down in the chat what you think. And if you match with Jeremy, you've got to get inside Jeremy's head. This is what you got. Think about this. What would Jeremy say? Now, Jeremy is a terrible cunt, and he will try and be a bit of a scoundrel.
WWJS.
But sometimes he's not a scoundrel. Sometimes there are low shenanigans.
'Tis the season.
Yes, so you might get away with this. If you match what Jeremy writes down, you get a point. Score yourselves, and if no one can write down what Jeremy says, he gets the point.
I get the point. It's basically how I win.
Yes. Yes. So, get ready for question number 1 from Drinkety Drink. And I've tried to make these all...
What would Jeremy Scoundrel?
What would Jeremy Scoundrel?
Correct. 1 point for Dom.
Yes, immediately get a point. It was time for Captain Brilliant's traditional eggnog, but he had no cream, so he substituted blank instead. I really do like Captain Brilliant's eggnog. It's tasty as fuck. But on this occasion, his traditional eggnog had no cream, so he substituted blank instead. Drinkety drink, drinkety drink. Drinkety drink, drinkety drink. What is it that Captain Brilliant inserted into his eggnog? He didn't have something.
Nice. Girthy Japanese corn snack thing. You get a point for that regardless. It's not on here, but you get a point.
A Christmas point as well. Wow, we've given out a couple points already. Dom has a point and your father's got a point. Keep track of it.
Got to beat me somehow.
So do you have something?
I do.
Okay.
I am ready.
I'm going to read what it says and read them out. It was time for Captain Brilliant's traditional eggnog, but he had no cream, so he substituted jizz, says Will. Sperm juice, says Aletha. Creme fraiche, says Karis. Avocado,
Fraiche. Cafeteria fraiche.
says Dom, accurately. Breast milk, says Kirsty.
Dom, the actual,
Who knows?
drinks maker,
Knows
cocktail maker.
cocktails.
Putting the reasonable thing in there. Yeah.
Girthy Japanese corn snack crisp thing, says your father. Soya milk, says Rat Freak. Bean, says Tamsin.
How do you spell sputum? We'll accept that answer as how it's spelled.
It
That's
was
fine.
time for Captain Brilliant's traditional eggnog, but he had no cream, so he substituted
Jizz.
instead. Anyone that said that or something like that, probably.
Jizzity jizz, jizzity jizz, jizzity jizz.
Gave that
jizzity
to you, so
jizz.
Will gets a point for that.
I will accept the sperm juice answer as well. Who was that?
I think that was Aletha.
That was Aletha. Aletha gets the point. Yeah.
So a point for Will and a point for Aletha.
Yes. So there's points. Points abound at the moment. Many people on one.
Several people are on one at the moment. Yes.
Most especially me. I'm often on one. Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2.
Question number 2.
Time to decorate Borton Towers. But Borton Towers is very, very big, and Margaret didn't have enough baubles to go round, so she used blank instead. Time to decorate Borton Towers, but Margaret didn't have enough baubles to decorate every tree here in Borton Towers. So what did Margaret use instead? Drinkety drink, drinkety drink. Time to decorate Borton Towers, but Margaret didn't have enough baubles to go around. Poor demand planning, frankly, if I may say so. So what did she use instead?
Just noticed, Doms. How much jizz would you need, though? It doesn't make sense. You are quite right. However,
he raises a valid point. He makes a very good point.
Still not getting the point for it.
Yeah. I mean, how much cream would you need?
How much jizz would a woodchuck jizz if a woodchuck could jizz? Is that it? Did I do it right?
You did. 50 mil of jizz. I'm going to time to decorate Borton Towers, but Margaret didn't have enough baubles, so she used boobs, says Tamsinaki. Her nipple tassels, says Aletha. She was actually down in town as part of a kind of a burlesque show, so that is very accurate. Rabbit turds, says James 31. Dead light bulbs, says Dom. Double deckers, says Kirsty. Testicles, says Will. Terrible Christmas jumpers, says Keris.
I think after, seeing the kind of level we're at on the last one, Dom's like, well, fuck it. Dead light bulbs. That'll do. It's going to be unrealistic anyway. I'll just put anything I want in.
I'm trying to read where's my autograph book?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a quote from something.
It is a quote from Power Rangers the movie. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Ivan Ooze?
Ivan Ooze is the main villain, played by Paul Freeman.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, time to decorate Borton Towers, but Margaret didn't have enough baubles, so she used
boobs.
Tamsinaki gets a point. I think
that's her first point as
she's
well.
The only one. So, if I might sum up, I think it's right in saying that your father, Dom, Tamsin, Aletha, and Will all have 1 point.
I think that's accurate.
You've been very, very kind to these people.
Tis the season, Alex.
Tis the season.
Yeah. Tis the season to get pointy. Fa la 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 points.
Question 3. Budget cuts at the BBC mean they can't show a Rodgers and Hammerstein festive classic. So they've gone instead for the discount version, The Sound of Blank. Budget cuts at the BBC means they can't show the Rodgers and Hammerstein festive classic we all know and love. So they've gone for that discount version, The Sound of Blank. Yes, the BBC couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford it this year. What have they shown instead? The Sound of...
Oh dear.
Write whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Budget cuts to the BBC means they can't show Rodgers and Hammerstein festive classics. So they've gone for The Sound of Pusick, says Aletha. Hamilton.
The hills are alive with the sound of Pusick.
With the sound of a challenging wank.
Doesn't fit with the intonation, but okay, yeah.
The sound of workers screaming into the void. The sound of no letters being delivered. I love it. Now we're really getting into it now. The sound of that song that dude plays to have sex.
Nice callback. Yeah.
I love that. You just thought, I don't know what it is. I can't remember it, but it is that one. With the sound of dogs.
Arr?
The sound of Daughtry. The sound of fracking. Oh, by the way, I love the kind of real dissonant.
I like the effort, yeah.
It's so very, very diverse responses. I love them all. But budget cuts to the BBC means they can't show a Rodgers and Hammerstein classic. So they've gone for The Sound of...
Sound of Silence.
The Sound of Silence.
Which was an entry that Aletha did not enter. but said it, and that was the correct answer.
Oh, really?
You fucked up.
Did she?
You fucked up. You fucked up. Yep, there it is.
So...
Yeah, not my entry. Silence.
That's a bit,
Everyone's on strike.
She missed out on a point there, but you didn't. You've got a point.
Yes,
no one said it.
No one did it.
So now-
Finally. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So that's great. So everyone's on a point at the moment. And we've got
Well,
2 left.
Not everyone. I don't think Karis has got a point.
Well, everyone that's got points has got 1 point.
You haven't got a point.
I don't. I never get any points of this.
But
game.
everyone that has got points has got points.
has got points.
And you can't argue with that.
And that point is 1 point.
Yes, there is nobody here with more than 1 point.
Correct. There are some fewer.
Although, hang on, there was one I'm like, that's probably right.
It wasn't a challenging wank.
The sound of no letters being delivered is the sound of silence, is it not?
I guess.
Like,
I mean, the rest of them will all make noises, won't they? The sound of Daughtry, fracking.
exactly. So I'm going to give a point to Where's My Autograph Book?
Good idea. Good idea.
You bitched about having no points too soon.
Now you've got a point.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yes, okay. He has a point as well.
There you go.
Question 4.
Question 4.
My dad is very proud of his nativity scene, but I wonder when he'll notice I've substituted the baby Jesus with blank. My dad is very proud. He showed me it the other day. My dad is very proud of his nativity scene, but I wonder just when he'll notice that I've substituted the baby Jesus with blank. It's only little. It's only little. Think about it. Or maybe whatever you want. My dad is very proud of his nativity scene, but I wonder when he'll notice I've substituted the baby Jesus with...
Morgan Freeman.
I'm going to read through. You've got one, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Substitute the baby Jesus with baked beans, says James31. A potato, clever, nice, says Karis.
Yeah.
A sausage roll, that would be really, really good. Morgan Freeman.
I think they might notice that one.
I would love that. That was the one I laughed at. One of the cat's turds, says Tom. A piss egg, says Tamsin.
Nice.
A pig in blankets. Oh, that's a nice idea. I like that. Girthy Japanese corn snack crisp thing.
You got to stop saying
Says
that
Will.
because I really want one now.
Baby Moses, says Aletha, and girthy Japanese corn snack crisp thing, says Yo Father. And read it out for you then. My dad is very proud of his nativity scene, but I wonder when he'll notice I've substituted the baby Jesus with...
A giant dildo.
a giant dildo! Can you fucking imagine it? Oh
Throbbing cock in the manger.
You wanted a point there.
Away in the manger, no cock for a babe.
I mean, a girthy Japanese corn snack thing could be a dildo.
You could substitute it, yeah.
You could.
Yeah.
But that is not what you were talking about.
No. In fact, I think you would cause some internal damage if you did use a girthy Japanese corn snack crisp thing for a dildo. It's got the sharp, packety edges.
That is true.
You'd paper cut right up there. You don't want that.
I quite liked a pig in blankets or a little sausage roll. Oh my god, if I can get round there, I really want to replace it now.
Yeah, I think I have heard a story of somebody replacing the baby in the manger with a Greggs sausage roll. I think that is an actual thing that somebody did once.
The nativity is about it's a standard size, is all I can say. It's about this big. So you got a point for that.
I did. That puts me on 2, right?
Well, you can't have. Well, here's the thing. By Where's My Autograph Book getting a point.
I see.
You
I
sacrifice your other point.
I fucked myself, is what
You
you're saying.
have.
Right.
But 'tis the season. to
Tis
fuck
the
yourself.
season.
Yeah.
Is that what they do at this time of year?
So everyone's got a point basically.
Except for
essentially.
Karis.
Yes, of course. Final question.
It's the final question.
I was trying to write this one. I wasn't quite sure, so I kind of just went for it and have fun with it. Duncan, the singer, has gone too far with the decorations this year, complained Mrs. the singer. He's even put blank on his blank, giving them a bit more option to put something on a something. You can kind of work with my phrase there. Duncan has gone too far this year with the Christmas decorations, complained Mrs. the singer. He's even put blank on his blank.
Can't spell.
You can kind of just play around with what thing might be on what thing.
Are we giving a point for each blank in this instance.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why
Give
not?
them 2 options.
Yeah. I'm obviously I am thinking in terms of kind of something Christmassy on a body part. It was kind of where I was going. You don't need to go that way.
I will say that is the direction I've gone in.
Right.
So if you are putting something that is not a Christmas item on a body part,
Christmas item on a body part.
change your answer.
Duncan has gone too far with the decorations this year, complained Mrs. the Singer. He's even put blank on his blank. Reindeer, I can't even speak. Reindeer horns on his bell end,
Very
says
nice.
Dom. I
Very
like
nice.
it.
Yep.
Tinsel on his tonsils. That's very good because he's a singer. That's so good. Tinsel on his cock, says Will, king of the single entendre. Spray snow on his bell end. Tinsel on his balls. A lot of tinsel coming
We've
out
got
here.
tinsel. Yeah.
5 gold rings on his festive cock.
5 golden cock rings. Fairy lights around his shaft, says Kirsty.
I want to show him this. I wish he could see this. I hope we can show him this bit. Fairy lights around his shaft. This. Do you know what? This is probably my favorite question. Because it's just, oh God, it's so true. I think we've got enough, and not anymore. Christmas trees, not for the bell end. I'm going to read it to you, and we'll see what you said.
Sure.
Duncan has gone too far with the decorations this year, complained Mrs. the Singer, long-sufferingly. He's even put...
Spread around the points. Tinsel on his cock.
Unbelievable! Tinsel on his cock. So, Will really nailed it. Tinsel
It's
on
2
his...
points.
2 points to Will.
Yep.
Now, are you going to give your lovely wife tinsel on his balls?
I'm going to give her 1 point for the tinsel.
But not you're not going to give her the balls.
No. The balls and the cock are a separate part. Let's be clear.
1 point for Tamsin for
For tinsel, yeah.
Tamsel.
But once again, the tonsils and the cock are a different part.
No, they often come together, but they are different things.
Well, one comes on the other quite regularly, from what I hear.
Now, spray snow on his bell end. The bell end is part of the cock. Are you going to give Aletha 1 point?
I will give her bell end is cock. Yes, that is the same body part.
Where's my autograph book? 5 gold rings on his festive cock.
Yeah, cock.
Point for cock.
He just, added an extra bit of adjective, extra embellishment.
Kirsty can have a point for shaft, presumably.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of points.
I've kind of lost track on what everyone's got now. What did Dom say? Didn't he say? He said no, but he said
reindeer horns on his bell end.
Okay.
So another bell end. There you go.
Yes,
That's a point
so
for bell end.
Dom, you get a point for bell end. Can anyone tell me what points you've got? Because I've lost track of it now.
Words you never thought you'd say ever. You get points for your bell end.
I'm including my boobs point. Yeah, you got a boob. 3 for Aletha, 2 for Where's My Autograph Book, 1 for Kirsty, 3 for Will.
Okay.
I think a couple in there for Rat
I
Free.
think that you might have to ad lib a tiebreaker.
Sure.
For those that are on 3.
Oh yeah. 3 for Will, 3 for Aletha. Is it just those 2?
Unless they declare otherwise.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Dom might have 2.
Yeah.
The one we gave him, and then that one.
Yeah.
I think it is a tie at the top with 3.
Okay. Well, what we'll do is a super match game, right? And so basically, what's going to happen is Will and Aletha are going to complete this sentence, and you're going to write it down as well.
Okay.
So what we'll do is,
And if it doesn't match with me, I'll just pick the answer that I think is funniest.
yes.
Okay. So get
But
out your
they've
best
got to
funny.
think. So this is just one word, and what's going to happen? It's going to be the word is going to be Christmas blank. Okay, Christmas blank. So Will and Aletha, Christmas blank, and then you've got to write Christmas blank, whatever Christmas thing. So think about Christmas. And you can help them out. Suggest something if you want. This is really, now it's getting really like drinkety drink. So you've got something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Will and Aletha. Christmas tree, says Aletha. That's good. Christmas tree. Will, what are you going to go
It's
for?
the sound of silence.
Christmas dicking.
Ah, yes. Tis the season, and that is the tradition.
Can you reveal what you said? Christmas?
Beans.
Christmas. No winners here on Takeshi's Castle. Which one are you going to pick? Who's going to get a point? Christmas tree.
Super match lame.
Super match lame. Super match lame. Super match lame.
I don't feel that this is fair to ask me. It's like picking your favourite child.
Christmas dicking.
I mean, Christmas dicking is pretty funny.
It
I mean,
is.
tree is a bit on the nose, isn't it? Everyone's got a Christmas tree.
That's
not
true. But
everyone.
You could have said tree.
I could have said tree.
What
yeah.
did you say? Christmas
Beans.
Christmas beans. Maybe.
I will say mine was a more jokey answer.
Yes.
Will's was a more jokey answer. Maybe.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he has a
At least they
Christmas
did try
dicking
to play the
tradition.
game as it's intended.
Time to play the game. Yeah.
It's hard. Why don't we just say they're both equally good and terrible? Will got it confused with Christmas Dickens. It's a Christmas Carol. Yeah, that's it. Well, there's no way of separating them. Maybe they'll just be Christmas winners together.
Maybe.
Yeah.
they'll
Or
have-
do you want me to find another Christmas word that they have to come up with? But it's just going to happen again.
It's just going to happen again.
It's just going to happen again.
Yeah.
I was thinking Christmas cake, so that doesn't happen. That doesn't help.
Right.
Doesn't help at all.
Yeah. Everybody wins. Everybody loses. How's
Excellent. It's a Christmas miracle. well, we played Drinkety Drink, and I think Aletha and Will can celebrate a Christmas victory together.
I think so too. Yeah.
Congratulations. Where are we now?
We have had some suggestions for this.
Oh, do we have that as well?
Yes.
Well, shall we hit that fucking button?
I don't see why not. Yeah, because, we may find some other submissions will appear. So, it's the segment that we like to call Get in the Sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
Explaining to you what I'm doing, you can explain it to them.
Alex has gone to put himself directly in the sea. He decided he'd had enough of land and wanted to go and join Godzilla and dogs and all the other things that were in the sea. Get in the Sea is the segment in which we put things in the sea that really we just don't have the time for. Things that fuck us off, we jettison them off our little island, an island that once had everything, but we are gradually making better by yeeting all the shit. And we have opened today, for the first time via channel points, you can submit what you would like to put in the sea. Now, we have limited it to 3 overall, and we will have these suggestions to discuss. One has just been used up by Will, and he's not here, so maybe now's the time. Something to put in the sea, says Will. MJ Harmstone. Can't defend himself. That's the great thing about this.
He can't defend himself. Now, how do we... As well, so many things I'm trying to say. Now, doesn't it have to be ratified by both of us?
Yes. A submission from the... Well, not necessarily, I suppose. But because it's a person, we have to agree.
Yes.
Any other thing, I can just say, yeah, that's shit in the sea. And
Harmston.
likewise, so can you. Do we put Harmy Harmston in the sea?
Well, doesn't he have his immunity idol?
Yeah, but if he's not here to use it, then as often happens on Survivor, he'll be sent home with it in his pocket.
Is that what happens?
That's what happens if you don't use it.
Wow.
You take it home as a souvenir, a useless thing that you neglected to use because you're shit.
Why would you not just use it? Was it?
Yeah,
I don't think I fully understand Survivor.
No, I'm going to give you a Survivor season to watch. And
Okay, that will explain it.
You can peruse it over Christmas.
Yes, then I'll understand it.
Yeah.
I have to say, as much as I find it amusing to put Harmstone in the sea on this occasion, I don't feel I can ratify it. Not least of the fact that I think he needs to be given a full opportunity to do this. The other reason is I think he needs to go in on a pay-per-view.
On a pay-per-view.
right? The belt can't change hands on a fucking, when it comes
On
to
a
Wales.
count out, yeah.
What I mean, if like it on a house show, I feel that the putting of someone in the sea needs to have, don't give it away on free TV. That's it. Yeah, you all know what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is save it for the 24-hour stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It can be a sub goal. It can be a sub goal.
Hey, that's a nice idea.
It can be a sub goal.
Yeah.
I should say, where's my autograph book? Our government is already in the sea because all politicians are in the sea.
Yes, we don't do politics on this podcast, and therefore we just preemptively put them all in the sea so that they're
all
not there
in the
to
sea.
bother us or there for discussion.
So I'm sorry, Will, I can't ratify putting Harmston in the sea.
And therefore, it does not happen because people need to be ratified by the both of us.
Yes, I don't know where you'd have gone on that one. I mean, I set my stall out early doors.
I'm happy at any given moment to put Harmstone in the sea, but
It's Harmston.
yeah, apologies. Yeah.
What else is on NAP?
What's on the agenda? Work Secret Santa, says Aletha.
Now, the problem with this, in my mind, is that it's a tale of two cities. Another Dickens.
And you finally started getting good shit, so you don't want to ruin that.
No. Like, back when I was at Breaks, I got a fucking pile of shit every year. And then sometimes they drank it. They never took away the stuff that's actually shit. They only took the stuff away that's good. And even that wasn't, all that great. It's very, easy gift is wine. And it wasn't even nice wine. So I used to hate it, but I've been getting amazing stuff. So I don't know. But what do you think?
See, here's the thing. I don't really have much of an opinion on it anymore, being as I'm self-employed. So it would be a very short Secret Santa. It would be me just buying something for myself, basically, which I do all the time anyway. The closest I got to a Secret Santa recently was when we did a Secret Santa in the Primetime Streamer Network.
Oh, yeah.
And that was good.
That was good.
That was good, to be fair.
Is there anyone here in the stream who feels like...
would like to argue one side or the other, would like to persuade us either way.
Or tell us of an item you got as a Secret Santa that is just so fucking terrible, because that might help, basically. I know that I have some bad ones in the past. Have you deliberately put the mouse over my face because it's really irritating?
I have not deliberately done that, but
that.
Now that it's there, I'm not going to do
Please
anything about it.
I can move it with my hand. I'm obviously not bothering to do it just because that would be a block. I'm inclined to see my way clear. I think more often have I received a poor gift than a good gift. So I'm on the fence on this one, frankly.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough. There are enough dissenting opinions to put it into the sea.
I didn't expect it to be ratified. Just know he's not. I just know he's not here. That is true.
I know someone who got a toy cactus because presumably the person didn't know what to get them. A toy cactus?
I am a cactus. I am a cactus.
What does it do?
It does this little song that I was just doing.
Okay. That sounds pretty
I like
neat.
dancing very much.
I like that a lot.
I am a cactus. I am a cactus. Be careful if you touch. And does a little dance.
Hey, that's awesome.
I know, it's great.
That's a great present.
Yeah, it's an amazing present.
Yeah.
My friend Ben Gasson received that one year. just press the button on it, it does that little thing. It's just that's why I know that it does a song, is because
you gave it to Ben Gasson.
I gave it to Ben Gasson. It did not sing or dance. Oh, that does sound a bit shit. Yeah. I once gave my mum a solar powered plant, which is just like 2 leaves, and it kind of, I think it's called a flip flap, and it just kind of goes like that, and it kind of sits like this, and it has like a little solar panel thing which is meant to make it move. And I gave it to her for Christmas years ago. I want to say 20 years ago, and I thought this is kind of a stupid dumb present. And then she still got it, and it's still sitting, and it still sits around doing this stupid stuff. I can't believe she still got it. But I have to say
that sounds very silly.
It was, and she loved it. She still got it. I mean, why would she get rid? But she would never get rid of anything like that.
Not a re-gift to your mum, no.
No.
Fair enough.
No.
Yeah, so I don't think Work Secret Santa is going in the sea.
I mean,
sorry.
No, I don't know. I'm on the fence because I know that on the face of it, on the balance of it, despite my appreciation of it now, it is generally shit. You should see. You should hear what she says to your siblings about your shit gifts. Nice. To turn around to Patrick and say, "Have you seen this flip-flap piece of shit?" My mum would never say that. My mum would
love
never
it if
say
she
that.
said that. That'd be wonderful.
This thing, I have to take it with me everywhere, and I have to put it out the front, show it like I've still got it.
Does he not know where we live? There's no sun here.
There's no sun in where we live.
There's no sun in Folkestone.
No, I just even when I gave it to her, it was kind of stupid. Do you remember, like, I think, what's the name of the I want one of those.com, I think it was called.
Oh, right, yeah.
And at that point, you could get all these stupid... It's like firebox.com. Or they have lots and lots of
Loads
stupid
of
gifts.
them. Yeah.
And I just went crazy one year and just got loads of stuff. And it was like, don't want to look after a plant? Don't bother. This plant doesn't need looking after, lol. And I'm like, perfect, I'll buy that.
And finally, from Harmstone, the suggestion is... Lad Baby and other YouTubers sticking their dicks in the chart. How do you feel about this?
Yes, I don't like Lad Baby because I think that they are
not funny,
shit and unfunny.
Yes,
and it appeals to the lowest common denominator. And it's not funny.
Yes.
There is a degree to which I understand it might be a charity thing.
It is exclusively a charity thing.
So that's great, right? So that's not what I'm decrying, but it's just the erosion of talent in an ever decreasing spiral into what we think is funny is shit, in fact. So I think that Lad Baby are terrible, unfunny shit. And they
counter argument.
Yes.
I would like to put two elements of this in the sea.
Okay.
The first,
yes,
Lad Baby.
Yes.
Just put Lad Baby in the sea.
Yeah, go for it.
Should we do that?
Yeah, straight away.
Secondly, the chart.
The chart.
Who gives a fuck?
Wow. That is a really good point. Who gives a shit about the charts?
Especially Christmas #1. Nobody's given a fuck about Christmas #1 since, like, Bohemian Rhapsody got it.
I know.
Whatever,
for like the third
1990, yeah. Like, who gives a shit?
You make a very good point, Jeremy.
Nobody even buys music anymore. You stream it. And,
yeah.
Like, I'm not sure about those figures, to be honest. So
the charts were a thing when you got to the end of the week, the top 40, where things were, people knowing, going up and down when you were buying physical records or tapes or CDs or whatever they became. That was a thing. But now it's just fallen down by the wayside. No one gives a shit.
And let's be frank, anything that can have Bryan Adams at the top of it for multiple weeks is just bullshit, isn't it?
I mean, that wasn't incredible. Anybody want to say how many weeks it was at the top for? You can have a point from earlier. Might take the
win here.
Might take the win. Don't look it up. Don't you fucking dare look it up. Don't look it up. I've forgotten where we were, but we put Lad Baby. Do you want to put the charts in? I agree.
Yeah.
By the way, while you're doing that, I've got to check the
mulled wine. Yeah. The whole "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead" meme was quite funny. I disagree, to be honest, and I'm not a Thatcher fan, but I don't feel the need to put a song in that is basically celebrating the death of anyone. So yeah, don't find humour in death, really. But the charts, very much in the sea. There are lots of songs that have been in the charts over the time, so multi-sploosh, in it goes. C.
What else is extended retail Christmas hours?
Yes.
Well, that's not one of the ones that are on there.
Unable to be submitted in the proper way because 3 were submitted, but we're accepting that Harmston was a joke one. So maybe we could discuss extended retail Christmas hours if you like. Or we could tell Where's My Autograph Book to do one and come back next week.
Well, I mean, I would happily open it for one more. If you want to do extended retail Christmas hours. You've got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with extended retail. Isn't that a good thing?
Well, probably not if you are a retail worker.
But I'm not a retail worker.
I'm not either, but I believe that is the position that
Where's My Autograph
that Nick is coming from. So
can you clarify, do you dislike extended?
Sell us on it.
I like extended retail hours because I find it easier to get
Well,
to
wants
the
it
shops.
to go in the sea, so ostensibly does not like it.
Oh yeah, of course. That doesn't make sense. What am I thinking?
Yeah, but
Got distracted there. a little
I
bit.
I do think that this year especially has been a bit of a kind of wake up call in the retail industry that you're not going to get the shit you've ordered online, so you better go out to a shop and get it.
Yes.
And you're not going to be able to do that unless extended retail Christmas hours exist. I was in Iceland the other day,
Yes.
buying my southern fried chicken breasts and not all the Gregg stuff because they've put up the price and it's far too fucking expensive. But one of the retail workers in Iceland was complaining about how he was unable to go and buy his mother a Christmas present because he was working 9 till 6 in Iceland every day. I said, good sir, extended retail Christmas hours. Go and buy your mum a shit flappy leaf
Plant.
thing between 6 and 8 in the evening because many of them open until.
Also, sure. I mean, are there no workhouses? Are they not? Are they working every day God sends? Because I'm sure there's a day where they're not. So.
Probably not. Yeah. I've just got in from work. Fuckers can turn up at 7:59. Can I come in? Fuck off. Yeah. Now here's the thing. I don't agree with just it's the run up to Christmas, so you can work late, you can work late, you can work late. No, I'm not a fan of that. I think that if people want that and they want the overtime, by all means, have it. But I don't think it should be a forced thing on retail workers by any way.
No.
By
It's
any
hard for me
means.
to say because I don't really work in that industry, but it does sound a bit shit. I mean, I'm not against it. No, hold on. Wait. I am against it because, like, if we were to put it in the sea, ostensibly it means that I wouldn't be able to go and make good or, with all this. Not that I'm buying anything particularly, but.
So you're against putting it in the sea, is what you're saying, because you want to go and buy shit at
Correct.
7:59 and makes next day late.
Yes. But
Cool.
if you want to put it in, I can't stand in your way.
I might caveat it a little bit
Go on.
and say the workers being forced to work extended Christmas hours on the run up to Christmas.
Fair enough.
That seem fair?
Fair enough. Yes.
I too like being able to. I think that shops should be open 24 hours a day, 7 days
totally
a week,
agree.
frankly, but only for the workers that want to do those hours. There will be someone that wants to work 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. Those people exist. Let's have shops open all the goddamn time,
I agree.
but only on a voluntary basis. So if you
Yes.
are forced to work when you don't want to, see.
How much longer does this last? Ask him. I know, I'm feeling the same way, Andy. Because I'm going to try and listen on the drive home for the next hour. Right. What I'll say is this is probably drawn to a close now.
Probably about half an hour.
Half an hour. Yes, we all say yes. Half an hour more.
You can get half a journey.
Because
But fear not, we're going to raid someone afterwards. So if you set it up in the car, you'll carry it into the next stream.
Because
You'll be entertained probably by Any Button Gaming whose birthday it is. So yeah, as long as they're still on.
So yes, I think we're going to move on. I'm just going to check the thing a bit, but I think that is probably the end of. Do you have anything specific that you wanted to get in the sea? Because
No.
I don't have anything.
No, I was just quite happy to discuss other people's
Miseries.
suggestions.
Nice. Okay.
Patent pending.
In which case, we should probably go on to the last segment.
I think so. Yeah. And it will give you the opportunity to perhaps go and check if we have some Christmas sustenance.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. In that case, it's time for the segment that we like to call "Am I the Asshole?"
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
We dropped 22 frames for those that are asking. Apparently that there was a little dropout, but we're all good now, and we only dropped 22 frames. I don't know why that was. Mulled wine not ready?
No, I turned the mulled wine up. I probably should have put it on earlier, but I just felt I didn't think about it until just then, so it won't take long.
Right, you are the majority ITA holder in this situation, so you may go first.
So I'll go first. Let me just move this in like that, so we've got that like that. That's good. Okay. So I've got one, you've got one, I've got one.
Correct.
And I have to say,
which is not how one works. That means you've got two, and that's maths.
I've got one, you've got one, I've got the second one. Yes. Cool. So yes. I think these are all pretty good.
I agree.
Let's get on with it, because I have to edit this later, and if I talk too much, it will take on too much time. Am I the arsehole
Absolutely.
for cancelling my girlfriend's Christmas gift and not buying her another? This is not a long one.
No, because he's probably dead now.
You have my sympathy. Am I the arsehole for cancelling my girlfriend's Christmas gift and not buying her another? I, 27, have been with my girlfriend, 25, for 3 years. She is absolutely wonderful in every aspect, aside from when it comes to getting her gifts. She always snoops.
Oh. Is sure it's your girlfriend and not your mother-in-law?
Listen, it's normally the mother-in-law.
Must take after her mother.
And every time there's snoops, I know that your father's going to drop me some fucking D-O-double-G on there. Until she finds out what I or her friends and family got for her. It's very frustrating because I put a lot of thought into her gifts and I'm always excited to see her reaction, but I can tell she's just pretending to be surprised.
Theme of the day, yeah.
This year I made her promise not to go snooping. Not to go snooping for her gift, or else I would get her something small. Like his penis, lol. She promised, and I went all out. She's very into makeup, but has it all on a small coffee table with a hand mirror. I wanted to get her a bigger space to work, so I found a pretty pricey vanity with a mirror built into it. It wasn't breaking the bank, but it definitely was more than anything I've ever gotten for her in the past.
How much can you spend on a table?
With a mirror, Jeremy.
How much can you spend on a table with a mirror?
I don't know, $200?
Shit.
Have you never bought a vanity?
I've not really felt the need for one, to be honest.
No.
It's not really in my wheelhouse.
No, you don't sit around staring at your face. We're very different people.
I don't need a table for that, though. I've just got a giant mirror.
Jeremy, get the table! I ordered it a few weeks ago. Last week, I caught her listing the table for sale and asked her what that was about. She said she wasn't going to be needing it for much longer, and I immediately knew she was snooping.
Ba-da-ba-da-bow. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G.
Snoop
Dr. Dre,
Dogg!
motherfucker.
So when she says I caught her listing the table, he means the original table.
The table she already had.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so angry, I cancelled her gift.
Boom. Fuck you, bitch.
It was supposed to arrive yesterday. I suppose she saw that when she was snooping too. Because when no package came, she asked me about it. I told her what I did. She blew up, called me selfish, and told me to get out of my own house.
Yeah, that'll work.
She's never acted like this before, and I was very taken aback. She said she's just curious by nature and has anxiety about what gift she's getting and needs to know.
Fuck you.
She does have problems with anxiety, so I understand where she's coming from. Did I overreact?
No.
Listen, can I just say, did I overreact is not the name of the segment. Say the fucking line. Am I the arsehole?
Listen, right? No. Fuck this. Like, this made me so angry when I read this the first time. I'm like, she looks at what the present is, lists the old one before she's even got this one, and then it's like, yeah, I'm allowed to do that because I get anxiety and shit, don't I?
People don't like surprises.
Fuck off.
Number of times I
like surprises.
I was talking to my friend at work, Amelie, and Amelie hates surprises, and she got it into her head incorrectly that I knew and that Scott, my colleague, knew who had her for Secret Santa, and she just lost her mind daily, hourly, minutely about kind of like, one of you has it. I know one of you does. One of you knows. You guys know. And then at one point, Scott was telling me something completely unrelated, nothing to do with anything. Oh yeah, middle of an anecdote. Hold on.
Yeah. You should have got her a T-shirt that says "Amelie hates surprises" on it. But that was the sound of mulled wine burning. How does she snoop? By reading his emails. It appears so, yeah. So reads his emails, which is pretty shit, to be honest with you. Yes, like, gotta get back.
Shit.
There you go. No, but like,
that's a really good point. How did she know that there was? Because it hasn't arrived yet, right?
Yeah. No, I think this is a classic Tamzanaki. Throw the whole girlfriend out, because this is just horrible, toxic shit.
She ordered it.
He ordered it.
He ordered it. It hasn't come yet, though.
It hasn't come yet.
So how the fuck does she know?
She's seen the confirmation email in
She
his
snooped.
email. Yeah.
Do you know what? I really hope, and I'm just saying now, because this fucking whole thing is just going to be 5 fucking relentless snoops. Did you want to say it do you want to just say that she was caught snooping, and then we can just cut it in, and then he'll give you some glasses and some shit?
She was caught snooping.
Perfect. Good.
I snooped as a kid, and I saw a present I really wanted. Christmas Day rolled around, and my mum had returned it. When I showed her a picture of the toy, she said, "I think that's a bit young for you." Devastated. And that is exactly what has happened here. Chat shit, get banged.
Boom. I
love that he cancelled it. That is just such beautiful, beautiful karma. Because you don't do that shit.
No. And it one thing is to look behind the sofa and find it. Quite another thing to go through the guy's accounts to find out what it is. Christ.
To find out what it is before it's even arrived is next level dickery, honestly.
Yeah. Jeremy doesn't own a vanity, and it shows.
Rude.
Well, can we get to a conclusion on this one? He's saying, is he the arsehole, Jeremy?
Absolutely not, Alex. We don't get any polls because Harmstone's too busy watching The Traitors.
You can all say what you want, like Aletha said. Not the arsehole, break up with your girlfriend. And Tamzanaki was like, because she can fuck right off if she's going to his account. So yes, we all agree.
Out you go.
Now, before you want this, do you want a little
I would like a little mulled wine.
I think we might be
at
a mull.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pour some out for me and then taste it. And then
we might have reached a mulclusion. Is that a decent enough pun? Yeah.
Were you in green or red? Do you remember?
I didn't know there were colours, Alex. He asked me if I was in green or red, and I did not notice any colours. Where was the colour? On the outside?
Inside of the mug. You don't care. It's whether you care whether you're drinking mine.
I don't particularly. Alex is green, says Aletha. So there you go. Yeah.
Well, if you want any, Aletha, you can come and get some.
Yeah. He says, Aletha, because these mics are too good for the usual chatting from the kitchen that we used to do, that if you would like some, come get some. He's quoting John Cena, obviously. You want some? Come get some. Did you know, Alex, and this is an anecdote pretty much for you, that John Cena is making his WWE return on New Year's Eve?
Oh, I did like that. Okay, I fucked that up a little bit, I'm afraid.
Alex has made a mess in the kitchen, and Aletha is here to tidy it up.
I'm so sorry.
Right, let's move that.
Okay.
Are you able to reach over?
Yeah.
Excellent. There we go.
Yeah, so I was trying to pour it and it didn't work. Right, sorry. Back.
A bit of a mull in the conversation.
Right, yes, here we are.
That's fine. Tom will edit it out. Right. Am I the arsehole?
You are.
Am I the arsehole for not wanting my husband to go to his ex's funeral?
Fucking hell. Oh, this one.
Did Alex actually make a mess? Yes, he did.
I was ladling it out and it all just kind of poured out the back of the ladle. I don't know how, you know. You know when you use a... it doesn't really matter anyway. I made a mess.
I can't ladle mulled wine out without making a mess. I don't think anyone can.
It all just... As I poured it out of the spouty bit, it all just dribbled out the back.
Yeah, and that's what it does. I don't think the ladle is the appropriate utensil for dispensing mulled wine. Maybe like a turkey baster.
That's not a bad idea. I'll have to rethink this, but... Oh, yeah, we have got... Try that.
Turkey baster.
Dom right in with a you're the arsehole.
Am I the arsehole for not wanting my husband to go to his ex's funeral? I'll admit I'm biased right off the bat.
No shit.
I couldn't stand her.
Fucking say what you mean.
I call her his ex to myself and others. He called her his friend.
Okay.
We're all in our early 40s. Sounds like a house fire in the making, Alex. Would you like to go and have a look at that?
yes, and then we can.
Then we can resume. Yeah, as you'll appreciate, this show will end if the house catches fire. So I would like that situation dealt with. There we go. We're good now.
Right. Yes.
We're good now.
Sorry, no further. Interruptions. Yes. I'm here.
It is off, by the way. Don't worry about it.
I know, but it was.
I did worry about it.
I'm here. I'm ready. Mulled
Okay.
wine in hand. Tell me a very festive story
We shall continue.
about a dead woman.
We're all in our early 40s. She died recently. Aneurysm. I've been with him 10 years now, but he'd known her for 20 plus. The way he tells it, they were friends in college, decided to date, got married, then realised they weren't a great couple and decided to just be friends.
Okay. The way he tells it. His side of the story.
All that happened years before I met him. He was clear early on that she was important.
Why use this? He said she was important. Why are you inverted commas in it?
A couple months into dating, it came up that his friend was actually his ex-wife. He explained the above to me, saying that she was one of his closest friends and that it was purely platonic. I expressed some discomfort at him being so close to an ex, and he told me, quote, "That's fine. If you have a serious issue with it, let me know and save us some time. I'll choose her. I like you and all, but I've known her for over 12 years, and she's one of the most important people in my life. You'll have to be okay with that if you want us to be a thing."
And that is as straight up as you can get.
You're
I
not
suppose.
getting any, beating around the bush there.
No ambiguity.
It is, if you don't like my relationship with my ex, you can fuck off.
I've known her for years. It's platonic now.
And you've got to appreciate that, I think. Bit of directness. When we were engaged, I asked again. He gave me this perplexed look and asked, why would us getting married affect my friendships?
I mean, that's a reasonable question.
But they often do.
Of course they do.
I sucked it up and went along. I resented every moment of knowing her, especially when we had to be social.
Man, she's really going for it, given that we know the lady's dead. I mean, honestly.
She understood some part of him that I couldn't. Her husband was friends with mine as well, so it's not like I could use him as an angle. What?
His husband, her husband,
Her husband, the
Presumably.
ex's husband, new husband,
right, is friends of hers.
yes.
So, okay, I'm not quite sure whether she's going with that. But
I don't know what the fuck she's on about there. Yeah. He'd have lunch with the ex. They'd go to geeky movies and whatever. You know, friend stuff.
Nerdy movies like Marvel and shit.
Doesn't say that, but yeah, friend stuff. The few times I brought it up, he said, we had this conversation before. You had your chance to back out. Probably not the best handling of the situation.
No,
but,
I'm not. Anyway, carry on.
but still. She died after they had lunch the other day on the way to her car. Shit, son.
My God.
He spent a bunch of time crying, but honestly, I was relieved.
Fuck me! That is so fucking brutal. Honestly, I've been waiting for her to die for ages.
Mm.
Fuck. Oh my God.
He was working with her husband on funeral planning. I told him, you don't think you're going, do you? My argument summed up. She's dead, so she's not a factor anymore. He doesn't get to use "she's my friend" excuse since she doesn't exist anymore. He had his cry for a couple days. He has to get done with his mourning already.
This isn't real.
There's no need for him to go to her funeral since I wouldn't want her at his.
What? That doesn't make any sense. What I want has an effect on what he gets to have. Oh my god, this is so fucking fucked up.
Now, try to contain your surprise. He was the angriest I've ever seen him when I told him that. No shit. Replying that he'll be going no matter how I feel, and that he's, quote, willing to burn this to the fucking ground while holding up his wedding band. Besides you, she was the closest friend in my life. And I think he made that clear, actually.
This is incredible.
Him, her husband, and my sisters are all calling me an insensitive arsehole over this, all saying that there was no romantic aspect to their relationship and that I'm heartless.
You are heartless.
Her husband went so far as calling me a ghoul for how I've reacted. If the big ghostly sheet fits.
I'm trying to work out where you were going. I love that that's where you landed. Like, ghouls don't wear bare feet. Ghouls don't wear shoes. How can this work?
I've never felt their relationship was appropriate, and I hid that for years. I don't think you did.
No,
actually.
you didn't hide it at all. In fact, you repeatedly talked about it and how much you hated it.
Let's rephrase this for you. I never felt that their relationship was appropriate, and I said so for every waking moment of every fucking day, and everybody fucking hates me.
I mentioned it on every occasion I could crowbar in.
I hid that for years because I wanted to be with my husband. Now that she's gone, I don't feel I should have to hide it anymore and can speak freely.
Oh, man.
Am I the arsehole for just wanting him to be done with her and for him to not attend the funeral?
I mean, she's a ding-dong the witch is dead away from fucking just burying this one, isn't it, right? Absolutely kind of... I'm surprised she didn't say that. Fuck me.
This is possibly the most toxic, awful cunt that we've had on Am I the Arsehole?
That is...
ever.
Do you know, I read that today to put it in there, and I started to read it. I didn't read the whole thing. And I just thought, this looks pretty fucked up. Let's do it. But I didn't know that it got quite so fucking toxic. I mean, also, like, when he's like, I'm holding up his wedding ring and saying, I'm willing to burn this to the fucking ground. No fucking kidding. Of course you are. I'm surprised because you're still together.
It's not like he's coming from an unreasonable position. So,
No.
of course, he's willing to burn it to the ground because he's being treated really fucking badly.
I'm surprised they're still together. I'd like to check out what's happened with this because, like, if I was in a situation where somebody I knew died and I was really, really good friends with them and my wife just went, well, I'm glad she's dead because now I can stop pretending and don't think you're going, I'd be like, I'm going and I'm, by the way, not coming back.
I'm going in every aspect.
In every sense of the word.
I am gone. See you later. Pack your bags.
Jesus.
Goodbye. Yeah. I couldn't have been more right without hearing the story, says Dom. I'm awful and toxic. I hate my partner having friends and I cannot imagine people of different genders being friends. My spouse's mental health is not important to me. Wow. That's the TLDR.
That is the TLDR.
That is the TLDR. That is perfect.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, I really hope the last one's jolly.
Yeah. We probably should have done that one first.
Maybe.
Because we're all depressed now.
I mean, I'm just taken aback. I was here, then I was taken aback to here.
You went over there.
I went over there.
And then was taken all the way back into your seat.
To here.
That's how taken aback you were.
Break up with him if you're not cool with it. Even if she was his mistress, he should probably still be allowed to sit to the funeral. Even if it was worse. But as it stands, it was just like totally normal. This woman needs to leave the guy because the relationship is seriously fucking her up. She needs to get some therapy. Yes, she's got her own issues. This can't work. This can't work.
She's been jealous the entire time.
And it's never worked.
Without reason. Really.
It's never worked. Fucking hell.
Awful.
Well, I say we move the fuck along because...
Oh, but we need to press a button first.
Oh,
don't
yes,
we?
yes.
Yeah.
So,
the op is 100%. It is without question, and probably the biggest one we have ever had, is the arsehole.
And I've no doubt you've been told about that on Reddit. Now, I've got a feeling
I got a feeling.
that this one's going to be a good one from just reading the top of it. Okay. Okay. Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
if I tell my guests, family, that I need to be reimbursed for buying, preparing, and cooking the Christmas dinner? I mean, that does sound like a ding-dong-do, doesn't it?
Well, someone's got to pay for the dinner.
That's true.
Nobody gets a free lunch.
No. Am I the arsehole if I tell my guests that I need to be reimbursed for buying, preparing, and cooking Christmas dinner? Okay.
Probably not.
I'm 21 and have a really close family. We always did Christmas at my grandma's house, but she passed away last January. And so there was a lot of discussion as to who would do the dinner. My opinion was it would be best to have one of the younger people do it. That way we can have a long-standing tradition that lasts years.
Tradition.
Tradition. There was some arguing back and forth between me and my aunt, but finally she said, fine. That doesn't sound that she was fine with it at all. Finally she said, fine. I was kind of thinking my 29-year-old cousin would step up, since she has a really nice house and kitchen, and then she said she would be going to Germany this year. She immediately didn't want any part of this shit. And just went, do you know what?
I love that. Hey, it should go to one of the younger people and we should form a tradition. Any volunteers?
It's like,
Anyone?
taxi! One trip to Germany, please.
I can already see where this is going. This is a big oops.
Finally, after a month of no one volunteering, my mum said I'd really pissed off my aunt and I needed to do Christmas this year since I was so adamant about a young person doing it.
Yep, there you go.
I was not going to be proved wrong, so I said I would. Do you know what? This is exactly how a good family tradition should start, with arguments and then arrogance and then not backing down. And that's how it should go. We'll always remember how we got here.
The true tradition of Christmas.
That's right. She couldn't have just gone, by the way, I thought it should be this way. Please, aunt, would you like to do it? But she may have burnt her fucking bridges. So a couple of things.
They're learning, Alex.
I know. I'm a good cook, so I'm not worried about that part.
Humble brag.
But it's way more expensive than I thought it would be, especially with the cost of living. I also realised that my apartment is way too small, so I rented a really nice Airbnb for the day, and I had to buy all new dishes, cookware, servingware, table spread, etc. This is going to cost me about $2,500 that is going on my credit card. We are having between 20 and 25 people, so I don't think it's unreasonable to ask them to pay between $150 and $200 each, so I'm not financially ruined by this.
Fuck off, mate. We'll go to IHOP instead.
I'm a first-year teacher, and I can't afford that. When I told my mum about the idea, she said, don't you dare even consider it.
Fucking right.
Her argument was, it was my idea,
Mm-hmm.
and I even argued with my aunt. All my grandma's stuff packed up and in great shape. I didn't need to get a whole new spread from the Pottery Barn. Why didn't I just ask someone else to host and I would cook, and then my grandma never once asked for anything in return, so this could splinter the family. She said, admit you bit off more than you could chew, take everything back, cancel the Airbnb, and ask for help with hosting and cooking. I said no, because I was doubling the fuck down. She doesn't say that. But I could do...
But it is true.
I said no. I could do, but I needed the money. She said I was embarrassing the hell out of her, and she may not come.
I could back down, but I needed the money.
Yeah.
So now he's tried to turn this into a profitable situation
said,
and get a bunch of new cookware.
Yeah. I said no, I could do, but I needed money. I said no, I could do, but I needed money.
Oh, so I could do it, I think, is what they're saying. I can do it. I can do Christmas.
I can do Christmas.
I just need money. Right.
She said I was embarrassing the hell out of her, and she may not come. Your own mom threatening to not come to your Christmas is making me feel like an asshole. Am I? Or would I be?
Mum is smart.
Mum is smart. And I think Dom has wrapped that one up. Mum is smart. And it's like, this is what happens a lot of times. Someone will be like, listen, if I'm going to do it properly, I need to buy all this stuff. And I'm going to need an Airbnb because my place isn't big enough. And then I'm going to need all this stuff. And she's like, whoa. You don't need any of that stuff. You don't need to go to the Pottery Barn. You don't need to buy that stuff. Just need to go around to someone else's house. You can still do the cooking. It's not going to cost us that much money. And you said you'd do it. That's the end of it. And she's like, no, I don't want to do any of that. If you couldn't do it, why offer to do it, silly twat? It's true.
Spot on.
The thing about this is, she or he, I don't think it actually says, it says I'm 21, so it doesn't actually confirm it.
It may be slightly biased and sexist, but I believe this to be a man.
Okay. I have no way of really knowing. But
Just from the general tone and manner of speaking, it sounds like man speak.
the way also it's like this person said, I think it should be a young person. I know it should be a young person. The aunt went, no. I'll do it. She said, no. You won't do it. One of us will do it, right? And then literally everyone went, no.
See everybody like taking 10 steps backwards.
Yeah. And then they were like, well, I guess I will do it then. But what is worse about this is this guy or girl had no intention of doing it in the first place, was setting up everybody else to say, I think it should be a young person's thing. And one of us will do it. And hadn't thought through the further stages. Do you know what I mean? Hadn't thought, if this comes to me, I might have to do.
I'm a big fan of tradition, and I love the premise of let's with the tradition now over, with the unfortunate passing of the grandmother, let's create a new tradition that will actually become a tradition and last for a long time. However, it was a bit of a fucking non-starter to begin with on the suggestion, let's give it to one of the younger people, because we can't give it to Auntie Beth. She'll be fucking dead soon, won't she?
Listen, we can't have another grandmother.
No, I can't do this again. I'm not having like 3 Christmases and then Beth books it. Like, I'm not doing it.
You've absolutely nailed it. That's exactly it. It's like, we should have this for a long time. I can't put it better than where you put it. It's so good. It's like, look, grandma died. Aunt's smoking 40 a day. She's not going to be around for very much longer. Let's think this one through, everybody. It should be the person that's the youngest and most likely not to die.
Let's all have physicals. Make sure we're all in tip-top condition. We wouldn't want anybody that, got some kind of lingering pre-existing condition to take Christmas over.
I want to see everyone's medical histories.
Mm-hmm. Let's all do DNA tests as well. Make sure we haven't got anything lingering there.
The aunt had probably been dreaming about hosting Crimbo for years.
Yes.
Like, the fact is, like...
So the aunt, ostensibly, is the daughter of the... The aunt, ostensibly, is the daughter of the grandmother. So this is trying to carry on her mother's tradition.
Passing on the torch.
And gets this fucking punk kid coming along going, I think it should go to someone who's not going to die next week, actually.
The grandmother dies. The aunt says it's my turn. And then the grandchild goes, no, I'm pretty sure Tom's going to do it. And Tom's like, no. It's like, fine, I'll do it just to prove that someone that isn't the aunt will. P.S. I can't.
I think instead, the aunt should do it, and they should not invite this prick.
I just think it's so fucking terrible.
Give him a doggy bag and make him sit in the kennel outside.
They choose the 11-year-old kid. Get cooking, little Johnny. You know how an oven works, right? No, get in it. I don't know workhouses. So, like, talk about... Yeah, I love that at least... Sometimes when you read these things, they never quite... you think that they're not representing everything well. But actually, she's the 21-year-old has said that his or her mother has said, admit you bit off more than you could chew. You could do it this other way.
Yeah, eat some humble pie. It's the only thing you're eating this Christmas. And
Shut
let
the
the
fuck
aunt
up.
do it. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. So, another cut and dry one. Didn't exactly go the way I was expecting it to, because I was on board with charging people their fair share of Christmas
That was
dinner.
the bit that I think Keris was saying something about as well. It's like, not the arsehole for asking for money, because if you're the only one that can do it, it will cost that. But here's the thing. You end up going to a lot of family dues where you're not spending any money. Like, as someone who's 21... probably never had to pay for anything.
Probably never had to pay for Christmas at grandma's house.
Never once.
For the first 21 years of their life.
Yeah. And if you're saying, I want to do this, but it's going to cost money, it's like, that's not how the gig works.
No, because you've got Auntie Beth there, All right, she might be smoking 40 a day, but she's got all the cookware and she's
she
ready
wants
to
to do it.
step up.
Yeah.
She's there with her apron. She's been wearing her apron for 10 years.
The thing about this also is that, like, talk about painting yourself into a fucking corner. Like, this is all just pride fucking with you. This is all just pride.
Yeah, and that is just 21-year-old hubris.
It's the hubris
Personified.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Did you click a button? Or I can't remember.
I did
because I've
not.
been gone. Right,
Take us
so
home.
yes. So we have to say yes. You. The question I think they said was, "Am I or would I be?" Yes, you are, and yes, you will be the arsehole.
Now and forevermore, the arsehole.
Amen. Seated on the right hand of the arsehole, you will arse again in accordance with the scriptures.
The ballsack, the bass, and the holy arsehole.
Amen.
Amen.
We should do a religious kind of section. I feel it would be good to do that.
Yeah, maybe we could do it like a confessional, and then we
confessional.
We dole out, you know, however many Hail Marys, or like you must throw 7 Hail Marys with 0 incompletions, and if you cannot complete the pass and your QBR is below 90, then you must flog yourself.
I think it would be great to have people bring in their confessions and then we give them penance, and the penance is like they've got to play a video game that's bad, or they've got to watch a film that's bad, or something like that. It would be really good to do a confession. You have to bring a confession, and then we'll dole out some hard justice, as it were.
Coming in 2023. This shit we just said.
This shit. Well, we judge your shit. You confess shit. It might not be true. You can make it up. I don't give a fuck.
Right, so we need a name, and we need a sting, and we need a sting for controversial opinions. We've got some work to do this Christmas.
Yep. Yeah.
It'll be busy this Christmas.
We are busy this Christmas.
Making stings for this.
Oh, I've got loads.
Excellent. Answers on a postcard.
Yes.
/Discord. Exclamation Discord works now. If you're not in our Discord server, make sure you join in.
Yes.
Because this bullshit continues 24/7, to be frank.
Oh, yeah. Crappy confessionals. Could be crappy confessionals.
No, because we don't want them to be crap. We want them to be hilarious, and then we will add humour by making you do
hilarious confessionals.
Yeah.
But snappier.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're not going to be here next Tuesday.
Correct.
Because it is Christmas. It's the 27th, and we're not doing it.
Can't be asked, frankly.
No. But I will be on this Thursday, I should say, on my channel, on Always Be Chatting, for the final Marbles Grand Prix. It all comes down to this. Mathematically, it's looking like Team Yeet or Screwball Scrabblers. So it's going to be a purple or green marbly Christmas. So do come along to that on Thursday. It's a big one. We're going to be crowning a victor. And then, obviously, next Tuesday, we're not doing anything. But a Thursday after that, we'll see where that goes. I might be a death looping. Or, if Curly's around, maybe he'll want to come on and do a little thing.
Yeah, you could ask him about his shit movie takes again. That was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. And then I do know that I can't use the green ball in this chat. No, that's on mine. You're going to have to... The marbly emotes, he means.
Oh!
Yeah.
You can if you subscribe to him.
Yeah,
because now you can use follower emotes in other people's chats.
Oh, well, there you go.
So if you subscribe to him, you can take his follower emotes around the internet with you.
That's pretty cool.
There you go.
What I will say is next Tuesday we won't be doing anything. That's the 27th. But next Wednesday, Aletha's going to...
Oh, yes.
Aletha's doing her goal planning thing that she is running on the 28th on her channel. So I dare say she'll tell you more about that, basically.
Yes. Also in the...
There you go. You can follow Aletha.
In the Discord. Which
right there. When you drop her a follow, and then you'll know when she goes live on Wednesday, the 28th of December.
I assume everybody is in the Discord because nobody has summoned the link. So
and there's an event for it on Discord, so you can find all. Go on our Discord. I think our Discord, by the way, is very clean.
It is. Yeah, there's no
pissing
about.
Emotes and crazy shit all over. You will find what you want. Come in, drop in there, find the stuff, and be interested.
Yeah, you can mute the sections you're not interested in. and all of the other stuff
Keep it
is
clean.
completely relevant to you and very entertaining.
Basically,
So
hang out in general or mine or yours.
Yeah.
Or, well, there's lots of places, really.
find the other people. You know, if you're not interested in sports, mute the sports. If you're not interested in video games, mute the video games. You can curate your own experience there, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now then, on that note, it is time to depart.
Yes, we need to stop now.
Yeah, I have already checked, so you don't need to check. We're all good to go where we wanted to go.
Cool.
And I will say
Yes.
that I'm mighty pleased and very smug because there was something I promised to do on this stream and nobody asked for it, and I even prepared for the occasion.
Oh, hey!
But since nobody asked for it, you can all go fuck yourselves. Merry Christmas!
Fuck,